And we are live. A little earlier than scheduled, but because of circumstances where my little son Liam woke up early and he's sleeping now. I gotta go live while he's sleeping, or else we don't get no stream today. You see? So it's real, man. The struggle is real, the grind is real, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But what a week. What a week of Premier League football, even though it was a curtailed week where 3 matches were actually postponed. And look, we just got to be grateful that we had some games, right? We got the game Burnley Watford postponed. We got Brentford Man United and Leicester versus Tottenham postponed. But we were lucky to actually get 7 matches. And I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a long time today. I'll be winging it. Definitely be winging it. Because I don't have much notes written down, and I usually take some time, watch the highlights, just analyze, certain things like starting 11s and give you guys enough information. But we're gonna be winging it today. I think it's necessary that I wing it, seeing that what's been going on. Plus, over the weekend, there's going to be only 5 matches because 5 games are being postponed because of the coronavirus as well. You know what I mean? It's still around. It's been affecting the world and it's been affecting the sport of football for some time. But the show must go on, right? Even though it's a curtailed week, 5 games, the show must go on. And I'll be back tomorrow to actually talk about those 5 games. I'll try to do a little preparation for those ones because it won't be a lot of work. But as I said, we're going to be winging these 7 matches, and I have 2 games fresh in the head. The Chelsea Everton and the Liverpool Newcastle, plus the game between City and Leeds. I made a 1-hour video on that one, so we're only going to need to summarize that. And the next 4, yeah, I'm pretty know what's I'm pretty much know what's going on because I've watched all the games as well. So let's talk. Let's kick it off. Let's not waste no time. And let's start with the game between Norwich City and Aston Villa. Of course, I did predict Aston Villa to win the game. They went on to do so 2-0. Jacob Ramsey in the 34th minute. What a run set up by Ollie Watkins. What a run from the halfway mark all the way behind Norwich's defense. Took a left-footed shot and score. Brilliant. And the second goal, Ollie Watkins. Brilliantly set up by Carney Chukwuemeka, who's a player on the rise and a player just like Jacob Ramsey that we got to keep our eyes on because against City, Villa could have gotten an equalizer, but Chukwuemeka's shot was saved by Edison. So brilliant performance, and you could see the youth actually stepping up when it matters. Norwich, man, look, they've struggled this season. We know this, and they find themselves right now bottom of the table on goal difference, minus 26. Let me just do a quick refresh, make sure I'm on point with the table right about now. Yep, they're bottom, 17 matches, 10 points. And even though they didn't have a bad November, they started out horribly in December under recently appointed manager Dean Smith. So 3 losses on the trot for Smith after 2 draws and a win in November after taking over from Daniel Farke. So it's been a horrible time for Newcastle. Newcastle, but Norwich. Newcastle fresh in the head after losing to Liverpool there. But Norwich, look, what I want to do, I want to take a look at the lineups as well. Ozan Kabak had to be taken off, injured at halftime, and he was replaced by Sam Byram, who hasn't been playing for a very, very long time. So you could see what's going on with the squad. It's been lacking a lot of quality. And even though Kabak, who just came back from injury, didn't play too badly in the last few games, that's a setback for them now where he's gone off injured. Look, players haven't been stepping up, not enough quality in the team in my opinion. Max Aarons, I think, has been the best player for them this season, where He's ran tirelessly down the right flank, and he's been good in attack and defense. But the poor kid, man, a few failed transfers. I don't know if they didn't want to sell him or if he didn't want to move on, but he found himself still at Norwich struggling. Look, Brandon Williams, he picked up a yellow in the game. He's a yellow card away from suspension as well. So these are things that we got to keep in mind. So is Max Aarons, a yellow card away from suspension. So they're dealing with injuries and they have suspension that they're dealing with as well. Billy Gilmour recently in the news, as of maybe in the last 24 hours, something about Chelsea was actually thinking about bringing back both Gilmour and Conor Gallagher, but because of the clauses in their contracts for the loans, that won't happen. Jacob Sorensen, who came off the bench in the last game, he started the match and he hasn't really been involved this season that much. Kenny McLean had one of the best opportunities to bring Norwich back into the match when back pass was pounced on by him, but he slipped at the last moment and wasn't able to put the ball past Emi Martinez. Plaheta started his second game in a row, but wasn't so effective. Todd Cantwell came back in the team, but was taken off. Timo Pukki not enough service, in my opinion. So, look, players like Kieran Dowell, who came off the bench, Adam Eder, these guys need to step up big time. If there has to be some type of miracle for Norwich City this season, the players got to step up. But as I said from the beginning of the season, this team does not have enough quality. They don't have enough quality to survive, in my opinion. They really don't. And it's going to be a very, very tough remainder of the season for them. And we know the season is currently in doubt. The schedule is in doubt. We don't know what's going to happen next week. We really don't know if the Premier League is going to actually go on break for about two to 3 weeks so that everything could just settle down. We don't know what's going to happen. So who knows? Something like that could actually help or even further hurt a team like Norwich City, who does not have any momentum going for them. Talk about momentum, man. Talk about momentum. You talk about Aston Villa. You talk about what Steven Gerrard has done with this club so far since he's taken over from the aforementioned Dean Smith. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff, man. I got to give it to the former Liverpool player, the former Rangers manager, Steven Gerrard. 6 matches played, 4 wins. Brilliant. Brilliant. This is what Aston Villa needed. This is what Aston Villa was actually expecting after heavily invested in their team across the last 2 seasons. Results like this. Results against teams that you are expected to beat or teams that you got a high probability of beating. And I really like what I see from Steven Gerrard. And I like what I see from his guys right now. Transitioning from Dean Smith to Steven Gerrard must not have been an easy thing. Got to change philosophies, ideologies, and the players have transformed, transitioned and transformed seamlessly, in my opinion. Seamlessly. So, look, I'm not going to say it was an immaculate performance, but they did what they had to do, and they got that victory. They have been very potent in the final third, and we expect that when you have a player like Ollie Watkins in the team, when you have Jacob Ramsey doing well, and Danny Ings to come off the bench. But you got to give Aston Villa a lot of credit, though, because look at it. They have injuries right now in their team. Leon Bailey, a new signing. Emi Buendia haven't really been playing well, coming up against his old team, Norwich. Bertrand Traore injured. Marvelous Nakamba, who could be out for the rest of the season. He's out. So you got to give it to the players who stepped in and just, did the business. Definitely got to give it to them, man. Ashley Young, got to give it to him as well. Stepping in, and he's been performing as a Swiss Army knife man at left back or left wing if you need him. did pick up a knock, I think, and went off early-ish. Maybe 60 minutes was just about what he needed in the game, seeing that he's up there in age and everything. Now let's just see on loan Man United defender Axa Twanzebe getting some time on the field. Danny Ings as well. He's been dealing with some injury issues. And guys, keep an eye on this player by the name of Carney Chukwuemeka. He's a future. I don't want to say future great, but there's a bright future there for Chukwuemeka if he's managed well enough. All right. So look, don't have anything else to really add on this game, but I expected a win from Villa. Games against Norwich these days are pretty easy to predict, where they haven't been performing at high levels, and it's easy to just write them off and say, hey man, the opposition team will win. They just got to prove us wrong. But better game by Tyrone Mings, I got to say. And better game overall by Aston Villa, bouncing back from that loss that they picked up against Liverpool there. So for Villa, they're 10th right now, 22 points, doing well. Their goal difference improving and everything. They're a team, right there and about where they need to be. 10th. Norwich, as I mentioned, guys, last in the league. Their next game, they will play Arsenal. And that's if the schedule remains the same. They're scheduled to play Arsenal Sunday, the 26th. I think one of their games is actually postponed as well. So let me just get this right. Let me just get the Premier League news there. Yep, the game against West Ham postponed due to coronavirus, and has to be. I don't know whose squad is suffering from the COVID cases the most, but we'll talk some more about that one tomorrow when we talk upcoming fixtures. But that game will be postponed. 5 matches, as I said, will be played this weekend. So, look, it's going to be a rough time for Norwich City in the upcoming fixtures, if you ask me. So, for Aston Villa, their next game will be this Saturday. Their game against Burnley would actually go ahead, as it was a Watford squad that suffered the coronavirus cases and postponed their game against Burnley. So Aston Villa versus Burnley would go ahead for now on Saturday. For now. And that's a winnable game for Aston Villa as well. Then they have Chelsea and Leeds if the schedule remain the same. So big up to everybody in the house right about now, man. How are you guys doing? We're talking Premier League match week 17, curtailed by the coronavirus as well. 3 matches not played, but we are talking about the games that actually happened. Villa 2, Norwich 0. Good stuff. 4th win for Steven Gerrard since he took charge. Dean Smith continues to struggle. I'm actually wondering if Norwich would stay with Dean Smith even if they continue to actually lose matches, right? I'm just wondering. I'm just really wondering. So, guys, the next game that we're going to talk about, Brighton 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. This was not the most entertaining game, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't watch the entire game, but I saw most of it. And I have to say, Wolves got very fortunate here. They got very fortunate to pick up a win here, because early on in the match, Hwang Hee-chan got injured, and we know, most of us should know, that Raul Jimenez was suspended for this game. So you have Trincão's not scoring, Foden's not scoring, Jimenez, who picked up a few goals, Adama Traore on the bench, he doesn't really score goals, and Hwang, who has been putting the goals in the back of the net, injured. So with his injury, it forced a change. Adama had to come on. That was in the 16th minute. And it was basically back and forth for both teams. I didn't see any team really putting a stronghold on the game. But we know that Brighton are that team that does manage games, they do have a lot of the possession, not manage games. They don't manage games well. Don't want to make the mistake and say they manage games well, because they really don't. But they do have a lot of possession in matches, and they be looking real good without really doing much. That's the best way to put it. That is the best way to put it. They ended up having 60% of the ball, 12 shots, 2 on target, no goals. That's been their problem. That is their problem. They do not score enough goals. Wolves haven't scored enough goals this season, but they got the goal through Romain Saiss. Ruben Neves with the ball in. Saiss at the far post to put in, and that was a game's only goal. Of course, few chances, half chances. Jose Sa, not tested enough. But Sanchez being the more busier, the 2 goalkeepers with 5 shots on target for Wolves, 8 total. And they only had 40% of the ball. So a scrappy game, and I think Wolves are very, very fortunate to walk away with the 3 points here, if you ask me. It looked like a game that could have ended in a draw. I think I predicted a draw for this one. I think I definitely did. But with the situation of the Wolverhampton squad right about now, very, very lucky to walk away with the 3 points. But we got to give them credit. They have been good in defense this season. Cody Kilman. Kilman is a player that I said we got to keep an eye on in this game, and he was indeed very good. Saiss have been very, very, very consistent this season, one of their best players. Marçal came back into the team for Riot 8 Nori, who actually has been one of their brighter players as well, and he's out with an injury. So you just gotta give him credit, man. Definitely. As we know, Pedro Neto, their talisman, has been out for a while. They sold Diego Jota to Liverpool. Fabio Silva hasn't really stepped up to the mantle since he was signed. So they're really struggling with injuries, and they're struggling to score goals this season. But they're doing admirably. Only 13 goals scored, but 14 goals conceded. That's another clean sheet for them as well. And if you go back in their last 6 games, Wolves, they only lost 1-0 versus both Liverpool and Man City. But they picked up clean sheets in 4 consecutive matches prior to that. So in their last 7 games, they got 5 clean sheets and have only conceded twice, which is brilliant. So let's give some credit to Bruno Lage. Let's give some credit to Portugal FC Wolves. But look, it's not a horrible loss to Brighton. But they themselves were depleted coming into the match. Of course, the captain, Lewis Dunk, missing from the match. Danny Welbeck has been out for a long period of time with injury. And I was really surprised to see Aaron Connolly in the starting 11. I was like, whoa, where has he been? And a youngster did make his an appearance. And Taylor Richards, never seen him before. Adam Lallana has been struggling with injury, came off the bench late. And Alexis McAllister, who has been mostly featuring off the bench. So pretty good stuff, man. Pretty good stuff for Wolves. Not so much for Brighton. But look, Brighton has not done too bad this season at all. They haven't. And right now they're dropping in the table because they just keep drawing games. I think out of the last 11 games, they have drawn 8 and lost 3. Ridiculous. I think there's been 11 games where Brighton have not picked up a win, which is absolutely crazy, seeing that they started the season so well. But 20 points picked up. They don't want to get themselves dragged into no relegation battle there. They got to start getting some W's on the board. They're 13th, and their next game scheduled is for the 26th of December, where they're one of the teams that's their games have been postponed as well. So I just hope this season doesn't get affected by this coronavirus, in that we go a couple months again like we did in 2020 without football. But I think they were playing against Manchester United. Yep, Manchester United this weekend. Their game will be postponed, and that's going to be back-to-back games for United postponed. We want to see United play, man. We do. We miss United, and we miss Tottenham, right? They haven't been playing in the last couple match days. So, look, Brighton, it's going to be an uphill battle, but they need to score goals, man. They got to look for the January transfer window to maybe bring in a clinical striker. Look at the Belgian League or the French League or the Eredivisie. Look somewhere and find the player who's most prolific in terms of goal scoring. Spend a 15 to 20 million pounds and bring him in, man. Do a swap deal or something, because the players that you got up top right now, they're very inconsistent. In Mupé, not scoring enough goals. Welbeck has been injured. Trossard is not really a center forward. So they will continue to struggle if they don't do something when it comes to their front man. So, look, for Wolves, very impressive under Bruno Lage, 7 wins, 7 L's, but they haven't been bad during those losses. I could remember the first 3 matches of the season, they lost, but they were very good. And the last 2 games they lost there against City and Liverpool, they weren't that bad either. So, if I could remember their losses and give a good account for Wolves, it means that they weren't that bad. They really weren't. So they just got to keep doing what they're doing, but they could do with a few goals added to their team as well. Only 13 scored in 17 games is not good enough, but 24 points is very encouraging. They're heading towards safety, where they could look to build again next season. That's just what it is. No one expected Wolves to actually win the Premier League, right? So they would actually play this weekend if things stand, and their game will be against Chelsea. And then they got Watford on the 26th, Arsenal on the 28th. Every 2 days. God damn. It's a tough schedule. So that's my thoughts on this game. Big up to everybody in the stream right about now. And congrats to your team if you did pick up victories during this current match week. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the video. Do appreciate everybody in the stream right about now. We got 33 likes. We could do a lot better. Let's get it up to 50. Let me like the video myself as well. So, yeah, guys, smash up the thumbs up button. Let's get this thing going. We're going to keep it moving, and we're going to move on to the next game. And that game is between Crystal Palace and Southampton. This was a good one. But I think Ralph Hasenhüttl, though, he would feel really, aggrieved that he couldn't pick up the 3 points. Came from behind, went 2-1 up, and give up the lead. He would feel a way about that. He would feel some type of way. But I have a message for Ralph Hasenhüttl. He's too nervous, man. Ralph Hasenhüttl is way too nervous. I don't like the nervous energy that he displays, and that seems like it's exuding from his pores. He's too nervous. He always looks like he's on the edge, and you can't be like that because the team's gonna feed off your energy. I want him to be a little bit more relaxed, and he could be a bit more like, you think about Diego Simeone, right? Diego Simeone loves to cheer his team on. When his team ain't doing too well, you would see Simeone cheering the team on, pumping up the crowd, just to get, that energy, that vibe, that positivity flowing in the stadium. But with Hasenhüttl, you don't see that, though. I just want to, and I'm seeing a lot of that from Patrick Vieira as well. These managers are nervous. these guys are like nervous. I'm like, why are you so nervous though? And I guess they all like that, man. I guess for most part, they all like that. You even see that from Pep. You see what I mean? You see that from Tuchel as well. There's just a few managers that are very stoic and very calm in their demeanor. But most of them, it's either passion or they're just nervous to lose their job. You know what I'm saying? You know, so just wanted to add that piece. So in this game, you had Zaha scoring very, very early in the piece to give Crystal Palace the lead. I actually tuned into this match late and I was like, whoa, they're in the lead already? Who scored? Wilf Zaha. That's his 5th goal of the season, set up by Hudson Edward, whose goal scoring form has seemingly deserted him. Could remember he did get a chance, but may have been, could have been offside. Look, what I really like is that I talked about James Ward-Prowse in the preview. And I said, James Ward-Prowse is the player to watch because I think he actually needs to step his game up. I think he needs to contribute more. And that is exactly what James Ward-Prowse did. He contributed more. And he put in one of his signature direct free kicks, man. Brilliant. I was actually surprised, to be completely honest, of Patrick Vieira's decision to start Jack Butland in goal ahead of Vicente Guaita when Guaita was actually fit enough for the bench. Maybe it's a decision that he just chose to make to give the number one goalkeeper there a rest. But it may have come back to bite him in the ass because it's a game that they could have won. I think Guaita may have had more, length to stop that free kick, or maybe he was unstoppable. But I'm only saying that in hindsight, though. But that was a damn good free kick, though. That was a brilliant free kick for the equalizer. And 4 minutes later, Amanda Broja, assist by Kyle Walker-Peters. This guy, Amanda Broja, this guy is a star. But it's left to be seen if Chelsea actually bring him back to the club or if it's a case where they cash in, because the way he's playing, they could easily get 25 million for him. You see what I'm saying? They could easily get 25 million pounds or between 20 to 25 million pounds for Amanda Broja right now. So just to give you an insight on what his value looks like at the moment, Amanda Broja, his value right now is about 3 million. 3 million euros. So maybe 20. Maybe Chelsea would put about 20 million on his head, seeing that he's very good and he's already bagged 4 Premier League goals this season. A lot more than a lot of Chelsea players. You see what I'm saying? A lot more than Lukaku. And probably got more than Timo Werner too, right? Yeah, I don't want to criticize the guys too much. I don't want to piss off Chelsea fans too much. But Broja has been a good addition to Southampton's team, and it just shows how good they are in terms of recruitment. But that goal was actually nullified when Jordan Ayew in the second half scored for the first time in a very long time. So he's been contributing lately, That's his first goal of the season, a tap-in. But he's been contributing where he has a few assists along with that goal. And to be exact, he has 2 assists and a goal. He hasn't scored for a long time, but he's been getting the game time. So he definitely got to repay his manager's faith. And he did so with that equalizer to earn Crystal Palace a very, very valuable point. But I think Palace have drawn way too many games this season. Way too many games. But in this instance, it's a good draw. Even though they giving up the points from a winning position, it's a very, very good draw. Mark Guehi, he picked up his 4th yellow card of the season, so we are almost at the halfway mark, so he could actually pick up a suspension if he gets one across the next 2 matches. So, look, for Southampton, positives for them. Salisu came back in the team after suspension, and Lianco partnered him at the back. But I could see there's some indecision here in Hassan Huto, or maybe he's just managing his team and the workload properly, because Bednarek just came back from injury, and Jack Stevens as well, who didn't even feature on the bench. These guys wasn't involved, and Bednarek was actually on the bench. Look, a player I was surprised to see from the start was Will Smallbone. And we know he's had some health issues recently. And let's just wish him well and not really, focus too much on what's going on with him, and just let's keep focus on the footballing aspect of what's going on with the boy Will Smallbone. But look, good performance altogether by James Ward-Prowse and Southampton to get a point, because we know how much Southampton has been struggling this season. And that's a good point. They go up to 17 points, then 15th, and every point counts right now when you're down towards the back end of the table. Their next game is postponed, and they're now scheduled to play West Ham United on December the 26th. That's Boxing Day. So they would have been playing Brentford this weekend, but that's one of 5 games that has been postponed. And we don't know if any more postponements will take place. So let's just keep our fingers crossed with that one. Let's knock on wood and let's see what would actually happen. Aston Palace, they're 11th with 20 points. Not a bad job done by Vieira so far, but he would look back and see that he could have actually win a few more of the games that he has drawn so far, where they, along with Southampton and Brighton, are the draw kings of the league this season with 8 total draws. 8, not good at all, but there's going to be teams like that. So for Crystal Palace, their next match scheduled to be on the 26th. Their match coming up on the weekend, postponed as well. So yeah, a lot of postponements, man. A lot of postponements, and this is what we got to deal with. This is definitely what we got to be dealing with right about now. So let me just find out who they would have been playing. I don't have that. Let me see. Postponed. Crystal Palace would have been playing Watford this weekend. So Watford squad is affected by coronavirus right about now. So yeah, man, that's what it is. Just so you know, games postponed: Everton, Leicester, Southampton, Brentford, Watford, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Norwich, Man United, Brighton. Those are the games postponed this weekend. And the games postponed this week: Brentford, Man United, Burnley, Watford, Leicester, Spurs, and previously Brighton, Spurs, Burnley, Spurs. So Spurs, 3 consecutive games they postponed. Pretty sure that's what's going on right now, and the Europa League game postponed as well. I think they played a game in between. Yeah, they did play a game in between. I think they beat Norwich in between. So that's what's going on. Big up to everybody in the stream right about now, guys. Make sure you like up the video. We're 3 away from 50 thumbs up. We're doing pretty well. And just so you know, guys, I'm winging this live stream, man. Winging it. Winging it. Not even reading from no notes. I usually have notes, but I remember a lot of things that happen in the games, and a lot of important things at that. And this is pretty much what I do. Every time I live stream, I talk about the schedule. I talk about new players involved and things of that nature. So, look, I don't really want to prolong it too longer. Let me just see if there's anything else that I may have missed to discuss. Not really. Not really. There have been probably a few key things that I failed to mention, but yeah, nothing too crazy though. There may have been a few terrible misses and a few little fights in games and things like that. People running onto the field that we don't get to see all the time on TV and all of that. But look, for Southampton, we see Shane Long, Theo Walcott, Musa Genepo getting involved off the bench. These guys have been MIA for quite some time. So yeah, man, Joachim Anderson back for Crystal Palace. That's a very good sign there. He may soon partner Mark Guehi at the back as well. So, yeah, a point apiece for both teams, and it's a point in the right direction still. So let's keep it going and let's move on to the next game. So that's 3 games done. We got 4 more to talk about. And let's talk about the Arsenal 2, West Ham United 0. But before we do, big up to everybody in the stream right about now, man. We got 100 people in here. We just hit 100. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like up the video. Shout outs to the boy Michael Talks Football. I was on his channel earlier. We talked about the UEFA Nations League. Elias Abdi, Sebastian, Julian, Online School. Who else we got in here, man? Matata United. Matata, I did see that someone did block you, but it wasn't me though. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't know other people had that ability to block people, but it wasn't me at all. It wasn't me. So you guys are the only guys who are actually really talking in the chat. Big up to Fox Williams. Ah, yeah, man. Sipping on those Chelsea tears. It's sweet. Oh, haha. City till I die. I'm telling you, man. Big up to all the Chelsea fans in here right about now. Big up to the boy Thriller from Manila, man. Thank you very much for continuing to be a member of the channel. AD in the house. Jordan Hyman. Who else we got? Victor Jomo. Everybody in the house. Harry Morgan, if you're still in here. Angel Abel, 1968. Big up, man. Nitish. Everybody in the house right now, man. Obvious Girl. Big up, man. Big up. Cashew Red. Everybody in here. Shout out, shout out, shout outs. The games that we got left to talk about. Man City versus Leeds, 7-0. Chelsea Everton, 1-1. Liverpool versus Newcastle, 3-1. And now the game, Arsenal, West Ham. The Gunners picking up a well-deserved 2-0 win. I predicted a draw for this one. And I have to say, West Ham surely didn't show up though. But I got a message for the West Ham fans because I am subscribed to West Ham Fan TV. And I just like to look on the timeline and see what they're saying. Same like AFTV because I can't watch all the videos. And these guys are so fickle, I'm telling you. They're just so fickle. They got the expectations so high that they're talking about signings needed and all sorts of things. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What exactly are you talking about? West Ham are overachieving and you coming to tell me about freaking signings needed? What are you talking about? You see what I mean? Like, they're just all over the place. You know what I mean? One day, you're talking about, oh man, how good the club is. The next day, you're talking shit. You see what I mean? And it's the same for Arsenal. They can't make up their mind. They cannot make up their mind, and that's the thing. That's the thing I don't understand with some of these channels. You're all over the place. You're all over the freaking place, man. And I just want to show you guys an example here. I just want to laugh at these guys right now. Seriously. Not the channel itself, but I don't want to be disrespectful or anything. Just let's take a look at see what's going on here, right? This is West Ham Fan TV, right? This is the biggest West Ham channel right now on that I know of on YouTube. We have no cutting edge. How the hell you guys have no cutting edge? Could you please explain that? You scored 28 goals this season. 28. That's more than Arsenal, more than United, more than Tottenham, more than Leicester. The only teams that scored more goals than you is City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. And you're talking about you have no cutting edge? What team are you watching, sir? Adam, what team are you watching? Okay, this other guy here. Moyes doesn't seem to want to change it. What do you mean? What do you mean? The man's been changing up the squad every game because he's been rotating the top 4. And then, how could he change it? What does he need to change if the whole back line is injured? You know what I'm getting here? These guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. No idea whatsoever what they're talking about. Fed up of getting shafted by the refs. Shafted by the refs. How? You see what I'm saying? West Ham has been fortunate, in my opinion, very fortunate to be in the top 4 so long in the season. And you telling me you're getting shafted? Yet again, VAR's the talking point. Look, I know every time decisions don't go your way, VAR would be blamed. Whenever the decisions go your way, you giggle, you smirk to yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on. Even David Moyes came out and said that Kufal should have actually taken a better approach to the tackle. He knew he was on a yellow card already. A yellow card that may have been a bit unfortunate by swinging his arm there. But, bro, you're in the box. You went in, you lunging. You didn't get the ball properly. You got the man. And you got sent off. What do these guys don't understand? You see what I'm saying? And I just don't get these channels, man. I really don't get it. You can't win everything. When you lose a game, you have to take it on the chin. Take it on the chin and move on. Because you're overachieving. This was West Ham who had to call in Sam Allardyce a few seasons ago, right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I mistaken here? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on. You guys are overachieving and you need to chill and just take the results that you're getting right now. Simply put. Simply put. Can't put it any other way. How you want me to put it? You see what I mean? I actually hate when football fans act this way. Too fickle, man. Way too fickle for my liking. Look, I need to check out AFTV though. AFTV, I want to see what they actually got to say when they win and when they lose. You guys would see exactly what I'm talking about here, right? AFTV, we're just doing a different type of analysis, right? Look. One says I'm confident I could be top 4, right? Ty, he says we've got the Indian sign over the Hammers. All right. I don't know what he mean by that. I might be a little slow with that joke there, but Arteta was right on Aubameyang. Kelechi passionately defends Aubameyang. Give the captaincy to the Flying Scotsman. That's Kieran Tierney. Gabriel marked Antonio out of the game. There were auditions for the captaincy tonight. Martinelli is a different animal. We got rolled over, says the West Ham guy. Captain's performance by Lacazette. You know, one time you want Lacazette out the club, other time, you know, these guys are like all over the place, right? Let's go to the loss. Let's go down to the loss, right? Let's just go down to the loss. They beat Southampton, everything happy, right? Let's just scroll down to the loss. Let me explain exactly what's going on here. Xhaka and Partey can't play together. But they played together, I'm pretty sure, against Southampton and against West Ham. Let me double check to see if they played together against Southampton. But I knew they played together against West Ham. And they played together against Southampton. So, because you lose, they can't play together. You see what I'm saying? Look. Arteta is worse than Emery. Like, make up your goddamn mind. Make up your mind. You see what I'm saying? Make up. This is all entertainment. It is all entertainment, man. Look, because they're just all over the place with it. They're just all over the place with it. Anyways, let's get out of here and let's get back to the analysis. And Arsenal 2. West Ham 0. Gabriel Martinelli in the 48th minute. Good goal set up by Lacazette. Bukayo Saka setting up his buddy Emil Smith-Rowe, who came off the bench after, West Ham was chasing that equalizing goal, having gone down to 10 men. Kufal in the 67 minutes sent off. And I like the pose that Emil Smith Rowe and Saka did there. Look, I didn't see this while watching the game, but I saw Arteta trying to catch a pitch invader and all. It's all entertainment, man. It's all entertainment. Arteta picking up Martinelli, telling him to continue. It's all entertainment. That's what it is. That is exactly what it is. Because it's the West Ham fans are funny. Arsenal fans are funny. And I expected a better performance by West Ham on the day. Really did. But what we got was a flat West Ham. Flat. It's like you order a freaking Heineken and you get a Heineken Zero. And you're like, whoa, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? And this has no alcohol in there. I've drank like 40s and I'm not buzzed. Oh, it's Heineken Zero. Oh, shoots. You know what I mean? It's like ordering virgin pina coladas. But look, West Ham, guys, they didn't show up on the day. Didn't create enough chances. Didn't trouble Arsenal enough. Ramsdale did get a little to do, but look, Arsenal were the better team on the day. And the record coming into the game wasn't a very good one for West Ham. So, look, didn't expect anything. You know, I didn't expect them to lose, but I thought that they would have picked up a draw, a 2-2 draw, I predicted. But I guess the injuries are catching up. The continuity isn't there in the team. And they've now lost a few games on the trot. They've lost the game in the Europa League. They've lost this game. They've drawn a game. And they're just losing their way a bit. They're just losing their way a bit, dropping out the top four. And Arsenal would be buoyed by this top four position right about now. 29 points. But can't get too crazy because Tottenham do have 3 games in hand. And United do have a game in hand already. So they're probably 6th right now in actuality if those teams go on and win their games. But it was a quality performance though. I got to give it to Arsenal. We have to give Mikel Arteta the credit as well because, look, how he handled the Aubameyang situation was actually, look, how a manager should handle any situation when there's an ill-disciplined player in the team or at the captain at that. The captain who's not really following procedures and things like that. So you got to put your foot down and you got to punish him. Captaincy taken away and he wasn't even in the match day squad. So that's 2 games in a row. He's probably been banned for a couple games. And since Aubameyang got that hike in pay, since he signed the thing, he's not really been playing good. He's offered almost nothing since he signed the thing. So sometimes, you know what I mean, more money is indeed more problems, man. Definitely. Maybe not off the field, but definitely it could affect you. So, look, man, not much more to really add here. I think it was a, quality performance. Lacazette did get a penalty that he did miss. So that is something that we actually, have to note. You got to give Fabianski, former Arsenal player as well, credit for saving that one. And it could have been taken over, but I think Saka got to the rebound first. But if I think Masuaku, who had encroached, had gotten to the rebound first, it would have been retaken. So, look, Gabriel Martinelli had a setback. He got to be taken off injured. So hopefully for Arsenal that he's not out for a prolonged period because we know he's been suffering from a lot of injuries and he's really stepped up in Aubameyang's absence and he's been bagging a few goals. 2 goals now and he's done well. And if you could have Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe and Odegaard really playing at high levels, this Arsenal team, this young Arsenal team could be a force to be reckoned with indeed. So Nuno Tavares, Nketiah, and Smith Rowe, who came off the bench to score. Listen, this guy Smith Rowe is another. Listen, this guy is a beast, man. This guy is a beast. Him and Saka together, Arsenal could do a lot of good things if they're not distracted by the shenanigans of Aubameyang, and they'll need a player like Nicolas Pepe, who hasn't really been. These guys actually squeeze Nicolas Pepe out the team. So if you could have Pepe in rotation and playing well, look, man, this Arsenal team could definitely, be a threat. Give Arteta the credit for bouncing back after a horrible, terrible August and a few setbacks recently. And they've now gone on to win back-to-back matches. Top 4 for the first time in a long time. Look, the signing of Aaron Ramsdale, who has been a revelation. Dropping Bernd Leno, who hasn't been involved he has been MIA for a while. And they dominated, man. 21 shots to West Ham 7. 8 on target to West Ham's 1. You see what I mean? So, good performance, and the scoreline tells you exactly what happened in this game. Arsenal outplayed West Ham, and the Hammers now would have to just go to the drawing board and try to figure out what's going on and play well with the players they have available. Even if David Moyes has to play a couple youngsters, give him the start. I think Ashby was involved in this game off the bench, and Harrison Ashby. I think he's a right back, if I'm not mistaken, a young right back, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double. Yep, he's a young right back. Give him the game. Give him the opportunities. You see what I mean? Give him the opportunities. You can't have Mikel Antonio playing as a right wing back. You don't have any defenders right about now. Kufal's going to miss the next game. And they better pray that there's these breaks that are coming up actually help the players to recover. But Zuma is out. Ogbonna is out almost for the entire season. Ben Johnson and Chilwell may be the closest back to fitness. So, look, they got to get their act together. But the West Ham fans cannot be talking shit and telling me about inconsistent and cutting edge. And this team has done the most that they could do, especially playing in the Europa League and the Premier League week in, week out. Come on, man. Come on. You got your expectations way too high. Way too high. But that's my thoughts on this game. Let me know yours in the chat. We'll definitely appreciate it, man. So, look, for these teams, let me just do a quick double check there. I think these teams, let me see. Arsenal are playing Leeds on Saturday. And the game between West Ham and Norwich will be postponed. So that's what's up in terms of the next matches for these two sides. It was a London derby, but it wasn't the most entertaining London derby, if you ask me, in terms of healthy competition between the two sides. We expected it, but it ain't what we got at all. Not at all. So, look, we're going to keep it moving, guys. And it's on to the chat to talk to y'all. Big up to everybody in here right about now. What are you guys saying? Talk to me. Michael, Antonio hasn't scored since that rocket against the USA. Yeah, he's gone a bit flat lately. Let me see what you guys are saying, man. Mobility Troop. The Premier League will be getting shut down again either the weekend or Monday. Well, let's see what happened, though. Let's see what happened. For us YouTube creators, we would have to look for other ways to make content if the league do, come to a halt. We may have to start to talking about team of the season so far. You know what I mean? Which player, every club could actually get rid of. Things like that. A lot of content could be made. And it would be a nice time to collaborate with other people. And, we'll get creative if there's no games, though. And there's a lot of things to talk about in terms of matches internationally and other leagues and things like that. So it is okay, man. It is okay. So Michael says you got to give it to Robbie, though. He's the reason for all of these fan channels. Is he? Was Redmond TV before AFTV? I don't know. I really don't know. Damian Hustling, how are you, bro? I haven't seen you in a while. They're punching above their weight. Everyone predicted West Ham to be relegated, and David David Moyes works magic with them. You are right, Dom. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Of course. Kufal's tackle was never a penalty, but look, David Moyes said he was not a good tackle. So it is, man. It is what it is. So what we got here? What we got here? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Smash up the thumbs up button. We got 55 likes. We got 119 people in here. Let's get the likes up to 100, man. Come on, we could do this. We could do this. We could do this. We got 3 games to talk about. We got the Liverpool match to talk about. We're gonna be doing that one last. We got Chelsea, Everton. We're gonna be doing that one soon. And the next game we're gonna talk about Man City 7, Leeds United 0. Look, I'm not gonna spend super long talking about this game because I made a whole 1-hour video on the channel, a live stream. So go check it out. I did that on Tuesday, so go check it out. So I'll just be summarizing this, and I'll just be sending a couple more warning shots out for the folks that don't want to take heed, okay? You're trespassing in the territory in the top of the Premier League, and you don't want to take heed. So you're going to take heed when I send these warning shots, all right? City 7, Leeds United 0. Phil Foden in the 8th minute after a horrible miss by Bernardo Silva, but Foden able to score there to give City the lead. 8-minute goal. Jack Grealish set up by Riyad Mahrez. Brilliant cross. Grealish with a header. And this would do Grealish a lot of good, man. This would do his confidence a lot of good because the last 3 games that he was involved in, he didn't score, he didn't assist, and he had opportunities to do everything. So I'm happy that he scored. He actually looked a lot better in the match, and this will do his confidence a whole lot of good. So let's hope the game goes ahead against Newcastle this weekend and Grealish could continue to build momentum and shut up all the critics. I've been criticizing him, but I said he needs time. Kevin De Bruyne in the 32nd minute. Good goal from an angle. Good stuff set up by Rodri, who has been playing at high levels this season. Leeds United, man. Oh, my God. Oh, man. I kind of feel sorry for them, though. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. They really are. A few suspensions as well, think. And Mahrez put the 4th in the 49th minute. Lucky goal. Ricochet into the back of the net. Off Firpo. Firpo would miss the next game as well. And then that goal by Kevin De Bruyne to make it 5. Lord God Almighty. De Bruyne is back after a couple injury setbacks and suffering from the effects of the coronavirus and everything, where he said he's not up to full pelt as yet. But damn, did he pelt that ball in the back of the net? Jeez. What a goal. What a goal. Melier was a busy man. The defenders were all busy. It was a very one-sided game, man. One of the most one-sided games this season after the Chelsea 7 Norwich 0 match. So there's been 7 scored already this season, but this is only the second occasion where that has happened. But they got blasted out the park, man. They got blasted out the park, man. They did fight back a little. They did fight back a little towards the end of the game and did get a few little moments in behind where, you know, they threatened a bit. They even hit the post, Stuart Dallas. Nothing too crazy. But John Stones joined the party. Very good left-footed goal after a couple saves by Melier. And Nathan Ake, Rude Hullet style from the corner, sent in by the boy Big Philly style to score the 7th. Big up to the boy Ilkay Gundogan, the Turk from Germany. Or the German with Turkish descent. 2 assists off the bench. Listen, 7-0. Let me tell you something, guys. Everybody who's listening here, you know what makes this Man City team so good? Let me just show you something. Let me just show you what makes the team so good. Everyone is contributing. Everyone. Defenders doing their job right. They even popping up to score a goal or two. Ruben Diaz have scored already this season. John Stones have scored. Could remember Laporte scoring. I think Laporte have scored this season too. Zinchenko hasn't scored. I don't think he has scored this season. But the point I'm trying to make is the team is playing as a team and not depending on one said individual or a handful of individuals. Everybody's pulling their weight. Players are getting paid lucrative deals to do their job. So they got to pop up and do their job. You got players at other clubs earning a living doing absolutely nothing, if you ask me. But for City, all over the field, man, everyone's contributing. Everyone. Everybody. Ruben Diaz got a goal this season already. Ruben Diaz got a goal. Talking about in all competitions. Cancelo got a goal. 2. 6 assists. Laporte got a goal. Ake got 2. Stones got 1. Walker got 1. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Everybody's contributing. Everyone. The only player who hasn't contributed, of course, we know it's Mendy. And he's in jail right now. He's in jail. Everyone else has really contributed in terms of goals. Everybody. You see what I'm saying? De Bruyne got 5. Only 1 assist, uncharacteristically. Foden got 6 goals, 6 assists. Rodri got 2 goals and an assist. And I'm just talking about the goal scoring contributions. They've been contributing all over the field. We know this. This is just a highlight. Bernardo got 7 with 2 assists. Gundogan got 3 goals, 4 assists. Fernandinho even got a goal and an assist. So everybody's contributed. Cole Palmer coming off the bench at start a few games. 9 appearances so far this season. He got 2. Grealish got 3 goals, 3 assists. Sterling got 6 goals, 3 assists. Jesus got 8 assists and 5 goals already this season. Mahrez, the highest goal scoring for the season in our competitions with 10 goals, 3 assists. Ferran Torres got 3 and 1 assist. Everybody's contributed. Everybody. And that's why this team right here, City, are doing so well and are on top of the table. This is why. What I want to see from Pep, though, you see these guys like Joshua Wilson, Esbron, and Egan Riley, and McAtee. I want to see these guys being involved a bit more. Cole Palmer a bit more. I want during the season to blood the youngsters. Blood the youngsters. I think Bielsa is a bit scared to blood youngsters. He's had a few good youngsters on the bench. Gelhardt, Somerville, Drame, and co. Not really been using them a lot. You see what I'm saying? Hasn't really been using them. But they tried, man. They tried. They really tried. Shackleton got injured. Firpo got a yellow. He'll miss the next game. So, look, for Leeds United, let me just do a quick double check. I keep forgetting what games are actually postponed this weekend, to be honest. But, look, I think their game is actually playing, though. I think the Leeds United game is actually playing. Yeah, they play Arsenal. So they're going to be heavily depleted against the Gunners. They are. Heavily depleted. So Bielsa, he has to do a change of approach. He got to look at things from a different angle. You got to use a different scope. Because 7-0 is not it, man. It is not it. What Leeds have done this season has been very poor, if you ask me. Rafinha didn't show up in the game. It's like he didn't even play. Adam Forshaw, filling in there for playing the Calvin Phillips role. It's like he didn't even play the game. You see what I'm saying? 31 shots at goal, guys. 31. This is one-sided, man. But good win nevertheless for City. And as I said, guys, I did do an hour video, so go talk about that one. So go watch that one and hear me, talk about City if that's what you want to do. If you haven't yet done so. Won't prolong this one since I've already touched on it. And to just touch on the next fixture, City on top the table, as you guys should know. On top the table. Let me just put up the table for you guys right about now. Let's bring up the table. Where's the table at? Table. Let's bring up the table. Let's bring up the table. Get a visual. Man City on top the league. 41 points. That's only 1 point ahead of Liverpool. The goal difference is catching up as well. But importantly, very, very importantly, 4 points ahead of Chelsea. And 12 points ahead of Arsenal. 12. Let's say Tottenham go on to win their next 3 games. They'll get 9, 34. That'll be a potential 7 points ahead of Tottenham as well. But we know they won't win the title, so you ain't got to worry about them, right? You're not. You got to give it to Liverpool. You got to give it to Liverpool for keeping the pace, for keeping high levels up with City. City and Liverpool are a prime example of what should be done, of how football should be played right now. These teams have been on fire. I know Liverpool have not been overly convincing in their wins, but they still won. You see what I mean? Still did what mattered. They won the game. Few wins for City haven't been convincing either. There's been moments where Liverpool blew teams out the park, other moments where they had to fight, and same for Man City. So it looks like it's going to be a showdown between the 2 best teams in the league, Manchester City and Liverpool. And this is one of the reasons why I make so much Liverpool content, because of the rivalry and because the Liverpool fans do support the thing. But I made it my duty to keep track of Liverpool because, come on guys, for the last 5 seasons, they've been playing some damn good football. And you got to give them credit for that. We have actually been watching Mane and Salah, and these guys get old in front of our eyes. Who remembers when Salah was just 25 years old the other day? You know what I mean? These guys were just 25 years old the other day. Come on. It's crazy when you think about it. Crazy. Salah, who scored 33 goals back in the 17-18 season. 17-18. We're going into 2022. This man was just 25. Crazy, man. But look. Man City, the game against Newcastle is scheduled to go ahead this weekend. So let's see if there's any updates when it comes to that. But so far, seems like that one will happen. Man City to travel to St. James's Park. So let's see if that one will actually go ahead there. So look, for Leeds, take a look at the Premier League table right now. Leeds 16th, 16 points. It's just because Watford, Burnley, Newcastle, Norwich has not been playing well, while Leeds themselves do not find themselves down in the relegation zone. You see what I'm saying? But with Burnley having 2 games in hand, that could change. With Watford having a game in hand, that could change because Leeds' goal difference is not good. That could change. Leeds are in the relegation zone as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, this is the relegation zone right there. Leeds, Watford, Burnley, Newcastle, and Norwich. That's the relegation zone right now. It's a 5-team relegation zone. Southampton, you scrape out a little bit because you have a point per game. But the other teams, not very good at all this season, man. Not very good. Southampton has not been impressive, but they're 15th. 15th. That's the relegation zone. You're looking at it right there. Big up to the boy Adam the Great. How are you feeling? Nice to see you in here. As you guys know, Leeds will play Arsenal this weekend. Leeds versus Arsenal would happen this weekend. That one is scheduled to go ahead, while the game between Man City and Newcastle is one of the games scheduled to go ahead. So let me just repeat, guys. Games postponed this weekend, I should say. Everton, Leicester, Southampton, Brentford, Watford, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Norwich, and Man United, Brighton, where for this week, week 17, Leicester, Spurs, Burnley, Watford, and Brentford, Man United have all been postponed till the foreseeable future. So, congrats to my team, Man City, for being on top of the table, man. 17 matches played. That's the third week on top of the table, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see something here. Yeah, third week on top of the table. And Liverpool in hot pursuit. And Chelsea are losing ground. What are you guys saying in the chat right about now, man? Big up to everybody in here, man. So, look, Matata, bro, you need to chill, or else the mods are going to actually keep coming at you. You need to relax yourself. Calm down. You don't behave yourself in the chat at all. Hot Chili, big up to Hot Chili. Chelsea have finished their chances to win the Prem. Not really. I'm not going to say that. Chelsea are still in it. They're still in with a shout. I'm not going to say they're out of it completely, man. Come on, guys. Come on. They've only 4 points outside the top. City slip up. They could catch him. And Fox Williams, yep, Zinchenko is the only man left to score amongst the guys who have been playing regularly lately. Michael, have a good stream down. Peace out, chat. Stay safe. Big up to Mike. Thanks for coming through. He's been gone. That's about 12 minutes ago. But, yeah. Online school, thanks for being here. Big up to Ali Reza, Yagubi. How are you doing, Ali Reza? Who else we got in here, man? Adam the Great, bro. Hello, very bad performance from Chelsea. We will not win the title, but we will secure top 4 at least. Ooh. What else we got? Phil Mitchell. How are you, Phil Mitchell? Nice to see you. Errol Brown in the house. Errol Brown. Also, my mom doesn't have corona no longer, so I am back watching football from Sunday. Big up to Adam, and that's very, very good news, bro. I hope your mom is okay and keeps being okay. I don't have a mom right now. My mom passed away. So to all of y'all who have moms, oh, man, you guys are lucky. You guys are really lucky. I do have 3 kids. I'm a father, so, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know my kids love me daily and everything, so yeah. So, what else we got here? There is more fire in the relegation zone than in the top of the league. Great point, man. Great point. Smith Yoon, I think Norwich City relegated this season, yeah. Angel Abel, what about Trent's goal? We'll get to that. Come on. You jumping the gun, man. You jumping the gun. Merlin, you guys are jumping the gun. Manish, Stifler, Brian Sands, Subdom from New Jersey, close to the city. Love your content, man. Big up to Brian Sands. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? Don't take Sands to the beach. So, what else we got here, man? Everybody, big up. We're going to move on to the next game, man. Let's talk about this game. And that game is the match. The match, of course. Where is that? Results. Chelsea, Everton. Chelsea 1, Everton 0. Chelsea. I expect way better from you. Way better. And there's probably a lot of female Chelsea fans by the name of Chelsea too, where their mothers and fathers named their kids after their beloved club. Chelsea. What happened to y'all? Seriously. What has happened to the team that led the Premier League table for so many weeks? What's going on with Chelsea? 1-1 against Everton. That 3-2 win last week against Leeds, barely. 3-3 against Zenit. The 3-2 loss against West Ham. They barely beat Watford. 1-1 against United. What's going on? 1-1 against Burnley. What's going on here? What is going on? And let's not forget the one they lost to Man City this season. Let's not forget that. I got to rub that one in. Okay? Okay? And also, a 1-1 draw to Liverpool. This ain't good. This ain't good. Look. Before we even get into things, let's take a look at the Premier League table again. You guys get a clearer picture of what's going on here. 4 draws, 2 L's. 4 draws, 2 L's. You see these draws? As I like to say, sometimes, look, draws could be more detrimental than losses. And it might sound funny, but let's say you end up getting 9 draws and 2 losses for the entire season. But then City get 2 losses, 4 losses and like 3 draws. Who you think is going to win the title? You see what I'm saying? Because you get 9 draws, you drop 18 points. 18 points. That's a lot of points. And people don't realize draws. I hate draws. I hate to lose. I hate to draw. Especially against teams that I should beat. Chelsea, you got to do better than this. You got to do better than this. Against this Everton team right now, in the state that they're in, you got to win. Take a look at the lineups. Man. I think this is going to give you a better lineup picture right here. Let me just bring this one over. Let me just bring another page to give you a better idea of what happened here in terms of the lineups, right? Let's just use the Google picture and you see exactly what I'm talking about here. Take a look at this. You just take a look at this. Feast your eyes. Look at this. Let's look at this, right? You got Mendy, typical 3 at the back in Aspilicuetas, Thiago Silva, and Rudiger. Reece James, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, Alonso, Ziyech, Mount, and Pulisic. Against this team, this Sims debut, first game ever in the Premier League. Never seen him. Anthony Gordon, brilliant player. I think he's actually second man of the match after Pickford. Gomez just coming back from injury. Doucouré just coming back from injury. Alex Iwobi, who has been dog shit for Everton, pardon my language. John Joe Kenny, hardly playing. Holgate, in and out the team. Keane, Godfrey, and Pickford are the only mainstays of this Everton team. And Doucouré, but he's been injured. Jared Brantwaite, who's hardly been playing, scoring the goal from the free kick there. Ben Godfrey at left back. Jordan Pickford. Oh man, he was good on the day. He was decisive, he was skillful, and he was resolute. Jordan Pickford. We know we like to criticize him, call him T-Rex arms, and he may be a little rash sometimes. Decision making could be a bit off, but the man was good. The man was good. Everton, look at their bench. They couldn't even fill a bench. They couldn't fill the bench. Tyler Onyango, youngster. Lewis Dobbin, youngster. Right? Jean-Philippe Gibamon, missing for seasons since he signed. Probably his 3rd appearance this season. Lonergan is a keeper. Begovic is a keeper. Allen suffering from injury. Coleman suffering from a little bit of injury there. For Chelsea, you got a good bench. Christensen, Kante, not fully fit though. Chalobah coming back from injury. Total wasteman, Saul Niguez. I'm actually ashamed that I've actually rated this guy in the past when he was at Atleti. I don't know what has gotten to this guy. I don't know what happened to him. You talk about a player who used to be good and just they're not good anymore. It's Saul. Ross Barkley off the bench and Malang Sarr. Chelsea fans don't even want to see him on the field. Look, let's just use this page right here. Mason Mount finally scored in the 78th minute. I think Jordan Pickford could have covered his near post a lot better, but it is what it is, man. Chelsea should have scored already. They really should have scored already. The amount of opportunities they had, that Reece James opportunity early on, then we had there's an opportunity from Christian Pulisic, that back flick. There's the Mount opportunity. There's the Mount chance that Pickford saved with his foot. And there was numerous opportunities in the game. Look at the stats. Look, I can't lie to you. 23 shots at goal, 10 on target. They had 81% of the ball, and you're telling me you cannot beat this Everton team who has struggled all season? And you want to come tell me about you're going to win the league? You could still win the league, but you got to do better going forward. You got to do better. With the team you got, with the squad you got, you got to do better. Look, I wasn't able to look into the reasons why Lukaku wasn't on the bench. Timo Werner wasn't on the bench. Maybe they're dealing with some COVID situation as well. And if there's any, if you guys have any insight, let me know. But let me just click the news section here. I want to find out because I didn't really catch the start of this game. I was actually dropping my wife to work. Not the very, very start. Maybe I started about 6 minutes in. So I was surprised these guys were actually out of the team. You see what I mean? I was really surprised. So Thomas Tuchel and Everton, COVID cases, Lukaku, Werner, and Havertz, who were all missing. So Chelsea were missing key players. But that's no excuse, because if you look at Everton and how depleted they were in the game, it was far worse. It was far worse, man. It was far worse. And what's up with Rudiger playing so freaking far up the field so often? It's like he feel like, nah, these guys are not doing a good job. I got to go up and strike. So look, Jared Brantwaite, 74th minute goal. And that was a brilliant ball in, man. What a ball in by Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon, Scouser, puts the ball in over the defense, and Brantwaite, after Saul Niguez failed to get ahead to the ball, put it in. Edward Mendy with no chance. Brilliant stuff, if you ask me. Look, brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Chelsea fans like to say, damn, what's your problem with Chelsea? I ain't got no problem with Chelsea. The only problem I got with Chelsea is that we were this close to winning a damn Champions League, and you came and took it. So of course I'm going to have some type of problem with you. Of course, I'm going to want to see you suffer and drop as many points as possible. Of course. So close to redemption. So close to shutting up everybody who talk about City not having a Champions League. And there goes Thomas Tuchel and his boys Mason Mount and freaking Kai Havertz to snatch it away from me. Of course I'm going to feel some type of way. Leave me alone. Leave me the hell alone. Of course I'm going to feel some type of way. You see what I'm saying? Of course I am. I'm pissed off. But anyways, man, look, Chelsea should have won this game. Had way too many opportunities, way too much of the ball, and not clinical enough. But you got to also give it to Everton, who defended for their lives. I'm talking about Rafa played a 5-4-1, 5-4-1, with everybody basically defending. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Typical Rafa Benitez performance to earn them a valuable point. And look, I was talking about Everton and their upcoming schedule. I was, right? I really was. And I mentioned the Chelsea game being a game they might not be able to get anything from. But they did. They did. They got something against Arsenal. They didn't against Crystal Palace. But to get something against Chelsea, that is big. That is huge. And this tells you how unpredictable the Premier League could be. Look, Arsenal losing to Everton, then Crystal Palace beating Everton, then Chelsea not being able to get the better of Everton. So it's the Premier League for you. Typical Premier League. Look, Thomas Tuchel must be a pissed off manager right now. Rafa Benitez, very pleased. A point will do for him. I don't think he expect. If they would have said at the beginning of the season, take 1 point from a Chelsea game. That first Chelsea game, just take a point. He would have been like, all right, I'll take the point. I'll take the point. They play Burnley next, and that's a winnable game for them. The match that they had coming up, of course, guys, we know, postponed. But I got to give him credit for the depleted team going up against Chelsea and getting a point here. That's a huge point. Huge point. They're now 19 points, 17th position. Look, their game would have been against Leicester this weekend, and that one is being postponed. The Chelsea game is on. Chelsea, Aston Villa is on as of now, but there might be news coming in, who knows, tomorrow that these games could be postponed as well. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, man. I really don't know. But what I do know is that Chelsea dropped points again. Chelsea have dropped points again after losing to West Ham recently, drawing to Burnley, now drawing to Everton. Lost to City, drew to Liverpool. What was the other draw again? What was the other draw? What's the other draw for Chelsea? I can't recall. United. Look at the form recently. This ain't good. This ain't good. This ain't good. Tuchel, gotta worry. Chelsea fans, you gotta worry, man. You gotta worry about this. I know Liverpool fans and City fans right now are happy. Happy as hell. Happy as hell. So look, man. Look, that's my thoughts on that game. We're gonna move on, man. Definitely gonna move on. Definitely gonna move on. Look, could be a lot more we could talk about. Maybe Chelsea would have done better if they had Lukaku and Havertz and Timo Werner. But you gotta show up with whoever you have, because that's what Everton did, and they were able to snatch a point from the game. So, what are you guys saying in the chat right about now? Big up to everybody in here. Make sure you guys like up the video. As MVP Kev says, we have been terrible. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it real. To Jay Bogle, yeah, United did put on a good performance there in that game. Did definitely. Guys, we need 29 more likes to get to 100. Smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream. We'll definitely appreciate that. Scheduled to do this at 8:30, but I had to pull it forward. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I really winged this live stream, though. Look, I've done 17 weeks so far of Premier League football. Of course I could wing it. Of course. Of course. If there's anybody who could wing the Premier League right now and talk about games coming up, talk review matches, it's me. I watch pretty much all the games. Make sure I watch highlights for every game that I don't see. And before every game, I do look and see players who's available and who's unavailable and so on and so forth. So they're putting in the work, man. Putting in the work. So look, man. Let me see. Tamil Maran, how are you doing? You've been dropping some suspect comments lately, bro. Be careful. So big up to Nelly Brown in the house. Neely Brown. All the way from Miami. Big up to you, bro. I was just in Miami a month or so ago. It was fire, man. It was nice. Sebastian Ujoa Perez. Why is James king of the match? Why is James king of... Who, Reece James? Reece James you talking about? Reece James had a good game, but it should have been Jordan Pickford, though. Should have been this man right there. Should have been Jordan Pickford. Should have never been Reece James. But he did have a solid game. But it should have been definitely Jordan Pickford for keeping them in the game, though. So, Brantwaite scoring. I think Brantwaite is from the academy as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's pretty good stuff, man. Pretty good stuff. Love it. Thanks, Everton, as a City fan. Thank you. Thanks. Let me take a sip of my water right about now, man. We have done well. And it brings us to the last game of proceedings. But before we do talk about the last match, right? Before we do, let's do something that we should do. Let's just do a quick roundup of what's going on with the teams that didn't play this week. Let's take a look at the Premier League table really quick. Brentford versus Man United was supposed to happen. And for Brentford, they're 12th right now. 5 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses. That is very satisfactory. Half the job done in terms of survival. Second half of the season would also need to be strong. Better than the first, if you ask me. That's going to be difficult, but it's possible. Thomas Frank and his boys have done a great job after their first promotion to the Premier League. First tier in the Premier League era, I should say. So, well done. Well done by Brentford so far. Manchester United, they are 6th, and they're currently under interim manager Ralph Rangnick. 27 points. Do have a game in hand. But Ralph Rangnick pulling things back a bit there after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer basically led the club into the valley of the shadow of absolute black death. Okay? And he was sacked. So now Ralph Rangnick has a big job on his hands to deliver them from evil. It's going to be hard, but deliver them to the promised land of top 4 region or even higher. Even higher. Don't think they'll win the league. Don't think they'll join the title race. But you never know. You never know. You know what I mean? Football's unpredictable. But 5 losses, 3 draws. Not terrible. But for a club of Man United's stature, should have been better. Should have at least been ahead of Arsenal and West Ham right now in the league. So that's what's up with those 2 clubs. Tottenham. Not looking too bad. After the appointment of Antonio Conte, I got to put it that way. Nuno himself didn't do a bad job, but I think Tottenham kind of panicked and pushed the panic button and said, hey, man, I don't know if this was the right choice, man. Sorry. It's like if you move in with a girl, right? You move in with a girl. You ain't married to the girl yet. But you realize, like, I don't know, man. You jump ship early. Say, I don't know, man. I don't like this. I never used to live with you before and things were good. But living with you is not for me. Bye-bye. So, Tottenham are in 7th. Not doing too badly. Dealing with COVID situation. Dealing with the Conference League as well, where the last game between themselves and Rennes is in jeopardy. And they got to look for a way to play that game. They will, however, play this weekend. The game coming up this weekend would go ahead for now. And that game is a big game. That game is against Liverpool. That's a big game. The last time I checked that, right? Liverpool they're playing? Is it Liverpool? I think so. Yeah, Liverpool. That's a big game. That's a big game. Very big game. You see what I'm saying? So, Leicester City now. Leicester, who's been on the up. Definitely been on the up. Lost 6, drawn 4, won 6. But they're picking a little form in the league, though. With an impressive performance in their last game. James Maddison doing very, very well. And look, the only place for them is up, right? So they're a dangerous team right now to play, but they're dealing with a bit of COVID situation. And I did predict them to beat Tottenham in that game, but as we know, the game won't be happening. So Leicester, I think, would definitely put pressure on the top 6 if they continue playing that way. And let's see if they keep that momentum going. Watford, and Burnley. Relegation battle right now. These teams are scheduled to play, but the game was postponed. COVID breakout at Watford. And the London club, after promotion last season, continues to struggle under Claudio Ranieri. After doing so, not really struggled under Shishko. They just panicked as well. But Ranieri himself could get the sack if he's not careful. He had 11 losses, 1 draw, and 4 wins this season. And I think it's going to continue to be an uphill battle for the Hornets. That's what happened when you don't have Troy Deeney in the team, you know what I mean? To scrap out some wins for you. Burnley, 18th. Talk about scrap, you talk about Burnley. It's going to have to be a hell of a scrap in 2022 for them to survive the drop. Guys, if you're going to put your money on Watford or Burnley, who would you put your money on? I'm going to put my money on Burnley. Definitely not Watford. Burnley do have a game in hand there to Watford as well. They do have 2 games in hand where they could just jump and leapfrog Watford and Leeds. So only a solitary win this season is very worrying, but 8 draws do have some light to it. So it brings us to the final game, and that game is between Liverpool and Newcastle United. Liverpool 3 in a come-from-behind victory. Newcastle 1. Another very good performance by Liverpool. I expected them to win this one. Can't remember my exact prediction, but they wasn't able to hold on to the clean sheet. And Ederson, I think, is now level on par with Alisson. And the 2 Brazilians will look to scrap it out for the Premier League title and for the Golden Glove award this season. Against the runner play, 7th minute, Newcastle scored. But Liverpool had a bright start. Very, very bright start. I don't remember every single opportunity that they had at goal in the game. But I know it was a lot. It was a lot. Definitely a lot of opportunities where Dubravka had to come up with some big saves in the game. But Shelvey, 7th minute after giveaway by Thiago Alcantara. And that was a good run there by St. Maximin, who passed to Frazier. And Frazier's ball in no man's land was basically hoofed. Gifted to Shelvey, the former Liverpool player, who smacked it past Alisson, who didn't even budge. So what a start by Newcastle. Eddie Howe and his boys have been struggling, as we know. They have been in the relegation zone for quite some time. And it's been an uphill battle so far. They recently picked up their first win in the league 2 matches ago now. And I knew it would always be a very, very tough game for them, man. Very tough. Look, Eddie Howe chose not to start Callum Wilson, which was a puzzling decision, but it looked like it was actually working out, right? Went with a very defensive shape with Joel Linton further back, Isaac Hayden back in the team, Javi Manquillo, former Liverpool man himself, Jamal Lewis linked to Liverpool last season, Frazier, Lascelles and Shaw at the back with Dubravka in goal, taken over from Darlow recently. But I'm telling you, they were being peppered at the beginning. And I was so surprised that Newcastle actually got that goal. So, look, being a City fan, right? You know, there's this thing at the back of my mind that's saying Newcastle, get something from the game, Newcastle. Get something from the game, Newcastle. But look, man, I was actually watching this game I was actually behind on the game, but with the Peacock app that I used to watch the game, I have DVR feature. So while watching the Chelsea Everton game, I was actually getting the update in the corner. I was trying to avoid it. And then I saw 1-1, and then I saw 2-1 like real fast. I was like, damn. They're going to go on to win the game like I predicted. I predicted Liverpool to win the game. But look, Liverpool fans watching this, don't tell me when you're watching City and Chelsea and United, and maybe Tottenham, Arsenal if they right on your butt. Don't tell me you don't pray. You're not saying to yourself, damn, lose the game or draw the game, right? Come on, tell me. So Liverpool was also without Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho, to my surprise, and I didn't actually get to find out the reason behind their absences. So I was like, whoa, what's going on here? But I have to say, Ibrahima Konate, damn, he did a great job on the day, man. He was good on the day. Another player that I gotta highlight, I'm gonna give you a credit. Trent Alexander-Arnold was damn good on the day. In defense and in attack. He had a very good all-round game where he did run back and, to poke the ball away from Ryan Fraser. That would have been a dangerous ball after Alan Saint-Maximin breakaway. You got to give it to Trent. I do criticize him and say he can't defend. But I'm going to keep it real and say he defended damn well in the game. Come on, guys. You know me. If there's anybody who keep it real, it's me. You might say what you want. Say I talk shit about Liverpool or have some type of negative connotation towards Liverpool. Say whatever you want to say. But I keep it real, man. I keeps it real. So, Van Dijk not involved, as I mentioned. And to be honest, I still don't know why. Because immediately after the game, I came to do this live stream and they didn't talk about the fact that why he was absent. But I could do a quick search while analyzing the game. Van Dijk. I know somebody's probably letting me know why he was absent in the chat. But Virgil van Dijk, breaking. Liverpool confirmed Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho, and Curtis Jones all miss. So let me see. Liverpool without Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho, and Jones after positive COVID tests. Okay, so COVID. Coronavirus. And I'm seeing you guys are saying that in the chat right now. The league could definitely be in jeopardy of being, postponed. Because even with the Liverpool-Tottenham game scheduled to go ahead, there could be more positive cases in the Liverpool camp. And you won't want to just play 3 games or two games for the weekend. So it might actually get postponed. But Liverpool did the thing without Van Dijk, and that's a good sign if you're a Liverpool fan right now. For Klopp, that would give you less of a headache, and that would tell you that, hey man, sometimes maybe you could rest him, right? And play Konate. I recently saw that Zlatan Ibrahimovic give Ibrahima Konate a lot of praises after the performance against AC Milan, where he handles Zlatan very, very well. And we know Matip very, very trusted in the back as well. So, look, give credit when credit's due, but Liverpool all over Newcastle, and they had to come back in the game. Jota did so in the 21st minute. I think that was a brilliant ball in by Sadio Mane, if my memory serves me right. And the header was saved brilliantly by Dubravka, and then the rebound was put in by Diego Jota, who has been scoring them for fun this season. That's his 9th goal of the season. Behind Salah, who has 15, it's Diego Jota and Jamie Vardy with 9. Round of applause. Hand claps for Diego Jota. Brilliant, brilliant. What a signing. What a signing. Surprise signing last season, but he has really yielded a lot of goals, man. Lot of goals. So Look, if you want some insight on what Jota has done so far since he was signed to Liverpool, he has 50 appearances. So I think this was his 50th appearances or his 51st. And the man has 23 goals. 23 goals. That's a good return. He now matches his goal return from last season, curtailed season where he was injured. He picked up 9 goals last season. So in total, 52 total games. 52 total games for Liverpool, pardon me. And he got 4 assists as well. So that's not a bad return at all. Not a bad return. I think he may have played a few games for Wolverhampton Wanderers last season, if I'm not mistaken, before he was signed. I might be wrong, though. I might be wrong. But, yeah. Jota, man. Jota with the goal. Brilliant stuff. And he did get more opportunities to score, of course, and didn't. Because Liverpool, dominant, 23 shots, 8 on target, comparing to Newcastle's 4, 2 on target, 74% of the ball for the Reds, 26 for Newcastle. Look, the Salah goal. Mane almost brought down, still managed to get a shot off. Dubravka well saved. And for the life of me, I discussed this in the past. Why don't people stick with Salah though? Why are players? What I know, even if you try to stick to him, he could go past you. But try. Why is Salah left unmarked in a situation like that? Why isn't a Newcastle player first to the ball? Please explain that to me. Why? Why is Salah allowed to get to the ball first? Instinctive. While the other players are obviously sleeping. And I'm talking about the Newcastle players. Sleeping and ball watching. Never a good combination at all. Never a good combination. And when I say sleeping, I don't mean like literally with your eyes closed. Because I put sleeping and ball watching together. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they're just in awe. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what's going on. Seeing the determination from Sadio Mane and Salah to put in his 15th goal of the season. 15. That is absolutely brilliant. Which means if he continues, he could get another 30-something goal season and maybe break his own record. So Liverpool back in the lead in the 25th minute. And all they needed to do was to just hold what they own. I think they had a very good first half. Very, very good, where they continued to threaten. But in the second half, for I think up until maybe about the 80th minute, if I'm not mistaken, Liverpool were all over the place. And I think Newcastle had them exactly where they wanted. And they could have easily bag a goal and earn a point. Because a 2-1 lead is one of the worst leads to ever have. You give up the goal, the team equalizes, and then they could go ahead on the momentum, and then you have a 3-2 loss like that Chelsea versus West Ham. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? So, look, Trent Alexander-Arnold scored in the 87th minute after Liverpool looked to get that third goal, and that was a brilliant goal set up by Firmino, but it was Trent that did all the work, and that was a rocket of a shot in the back of the net. Definitely a nominee for goal of the month there for December. Along with that Kevin De Bruyne strike in the 7-0 thrashing of Leeds though. So there's been some good goals already this month, and that one definitely goes into that category. Firmino back from injury is a good sign for Liverpool. We don't know if the African Cup of Nations is going to go ahead. We don't know what the Premier League is going to look like in January. And the Liverpool fans will be hoping and praying that, I know it doesn't sound right, but they probably want the league postponed until February. You see what I'm saying? Even if the AFCON want to go ahead, they'll probably want the league to postpone until February so that they could have everybody fit and available to contest this Premier League title with Manchester City. Because it's very close. 41 points for City, 40 points for Liverpool. But look, for Newcastle, man, I think they tried. I just want to say they tried. They really, really tried. But it's the lack of quality across the field that continues to hurt the Magpies here. Jamal Lewis had to go off early with an injury. Matt Ritchie came on. He's a more forward-thinking left-sided player. But the quality was lacking, though. You know what I'm saying? Joel Linton was playing more as a defensive midfielder. Maybe he should. You know, like in FIFA career mode, you could change the player's position, like permanently. Maybe he should play as a freaking defensive midfielder, because I don't know what he does in the final third. Like, absolutely nothing. But Jonjo Shelvey had a good game, like he usually do. Isaac Hayden, you know, not bad. Not bad. Ryan Fraser, I think, worked his ass off in the game. Jacob Murphy as well. St. Maxima, you know what I mean? He did his thing, looked really good, dribbled, ran forward, but he had to go off injured. So the problems are going to continue. And the problems definitely have been compounded with yet another L. Yet another L. Look at the subs, Richie, Joe Willock, who scored an equalizer last season. Newcastle didn't lose to Liverpool last season. And Callum Wilson, and they were hoping that they could do something similar, and bag a point didn't happen. James Milner, Naby Keita, Roberto Firmino off the bench. And I gotta mention something though. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain have been playing very well without that cutting edge. He's been doing very well, but he just haven't had the luck. He hasn't had the luck, and just something about him. He's been playing well, but every time he gets a good shot off, it's either straight to the keeper or it's blocked. And he just hasn't been, you know, chipping in terms of goals, but still a very important role that he's playing. Thiago was terrible on the day. Terrible. Terrible. He's been good lately, but he's been terrible, man. Giving away the ball there, and I think there was another instance where he almost he wasn't that good in the game. But you know, as I say, you get bad days and you have good you have good ones and bad ones. So let's not look at it in a negative light, right? Right, guys? You guys say, oh, you all like criticize Thiago. But yeah, man, I think it was a good performance by Liverpool on the day. Alisson had to come up with a big saves. And as I mentioned, look, Newcastle could have get back in the game anytime. Anytime. I think that was St. Maxima with that shot that was saved by Alisson, and Thiago with the giveaway, right? So anything could have happened in this game, but in the end, Liverpool did get the third. That took them to safety and 3 points. 3 points. So that's all that matters. Just got to work on your weaknesses going forward and continue to build on the strengths. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. Fair enough. That's my assessment of the game. Let me know yours if you had anything else to say. And to play the game without key players as well in Van Dijk, Fabinho, it was a good effort. Very good. Still dominated and still ended up winning the match. So look, for the struggling Newcastle, it does not get easier. The next game is scheduled to be against Manchester City this Sunday. How worse could it get? What if there's a whole Leeds United situation repeated where City blow Newcastle out of the park? And it's possible. That would be very demoralizing for the team that has spent most of the season in the relegation zone. They're 19th, solitary win, 7 draws, 10 points only. Anyhow, you're in a bit of a pickle. Gonna have to figure out how to wiggle yourself out of this situation. All is not lost simply because Watford and Leeds are not performing well. A few wins, a few draws on the bounce, it could all change. but they have to start changing soon. For Liverpool FC, they're scheduled to play Tottenham. If that game actually goes ahead, that will be a hell of a game. Tottenham have had a lot of days to rest, a lot of time to prepare. Even if they have to do that preparation off the field, it's still going to be a tough game because the Reds have been formidable and they have been red hot this season. That's my thoughts for this week's Premier League matches. Match week 17 roundup. Let me know yours in the chats. Yeah, baby. Not bad. An hour 55 minutes. God damn. God damn. Dom, can you finally say that Trent is the best right back in the world? Nah. Not yet. I need some more performances like that. Reece James wasn't bad in their game, you know. He just didn't score. You know what I mean? You know? Listen. Best fullback in the world right now is João Cancelo. João Cancelo. It's going to be hard to convince me otherwise. What we got here, man? What we got? Big up to Omar Rushdi, who says, AFCON will only cause issues and will regret playing. I have a strong feeling. From Egypt, don't want the AFCON to be played, to be honest. Yo, if you ask me, though, if you ask me, I want the AFCON to play, bro. Ola, every time I ask you to give Trent his respect, you don't, and insist he's not good defensively. Well, he was good. He was good in the game. I'm giving him his flowers. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? No Cora is making a great comment here. Goldbridge this, Togden that. Dom, you the real GOAT. P.S. Trent is the best right back in the world. Let me say something about that statement, right? What is good is not always what's popular. And what's popular is not always good. Just want to put it out there. That's all I got to say on that one. That is it. That is all I got to say. You don't need to say nothing else. Do not need to say anything else. So, yeah, man. Who else we got in here? SMJ Legacy. Trolley in the house. How are you doing, Trolley? Angel Abel. TJ Bogle. All you guys are giving me the lowdown, and Virgil van Dijk. The living proof. How are you doing? Big up to you, man. Always wish they lose if they're above or right behind us. Exactly. So if I do it, you can't be like, oh, Dom, man. O'Neal Clark. Dom, you need to come a Liverpool supporter. Nah. City till I die, baby. 1894 and beyond. Baby. 1894 and beyond. So, what else we got here, man? What else we got here? Talk to me, guys. Kylian Messiah. That Liverpool equalizer was legit. Guys, if you have anything to ask me, please ask. All right? Please ask. Ask away. We actually need 11 more thumbs up to get to 100. Could we get to 100? Mikey J. I blame Reece James. He has to hit the target there on a perfectly executed play early on in the game. Yes, early, he should have scored. Correct. So, guys, what we could actually do really quick is take a look at what's going on across the leagues. Let's take a look at what's going on across the leagues, right? That is something I want to do right now. And the first thing that we're going to look at is the championship, right? I want to take a look at the championship. So, let me just pull up the championship really quick, which is one of the toughest leagues. And we're going to just touch on that right now. Definitely touch on that. There's a lot of other things we could talk about when it comes to the teams and the up to stats and all that kind of stuff. because Liverpool did get a record for the most consecutive games that they've scored in, making it, I think, 33. And it's always a lot of records, vague records, vague records, man. Vague records. So, yeah, let's talk about the championship, see what's going on. There's been a few postponements, of course, that's been happening in the championship. And just to discuss the table and what's going on in the league, we're not going to get too deep. So if you're interested on the leagues, just stick around, guys. Stick around to see what's going on with the other leagues, okay? Let me see. I saw a question here. Dom, I understand the time difference, but you should start a watch-along if you can. What do you mean? A watch-along? With what? I can't do a watch-along, bro. I can't do a watch-along when I have my son with me. See what I'm saying? It's difficult. I'm not a little spring chicken, like a lot of these guys. I don't have a lot of time. Got 3 kids. I have a wife. I have a full-time job. This I do in my spare time. You see what I mean? Dom, read my last comment. Bro, you leave a lot of comments, man. See what I mean? Why should I read your last comment? Dom, did you talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold's screamer? You're here, but you're not listening. I did. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? 3-1. I talked about it. Set up by Firmino. Listen. Open up your ears. Focus. You're just talking. And you're telling me to read your last comment. And I've talked about that. Steve. Kevin Ox has been consistent in the midfield for Liverpool after the West Ham defeat. Not counting the last game when he has been solid. But maybe you need to offer some more, you know what I mean? It's sad to see a team like Nottingham Forest that previously won 2 UCLs unable to make it to the EPL. Yep, big up to the boy AD. How are you doing? So, look here, man. Look here. Fulham, they on top of the league, but look at their last 5. They've drawn the last 4 games, which is crazy. This could actually cost them promotion. If they had won those games, they would have pretty much sealed promotion if you think about it, because you add 8 points to 45. They would have been 10 points ahead of Bournemouth if they had won all those games. Or maybe they played Bournemouth in between there and Juice, so they could have been more points ahead of Bournemouth. So Bournemouth is second, 43 points. West Brom third. Blackburn Rovers in the playoff zone there, and one of the teams that actually have a Premier League title, which is crazy. You know what I mean? QPR and Stoke City. Well, there's Coventry, Forest, Middlesbrough, and Huddersfield occupying the top 10. Millwall, Luton, Sheffield, Preston, Birmingham, Swansea, Blackpool, Bristol City, Hull City, Cardiff, Reading, Peterborough, Barnsley, and Derby all the way at the bottom because of that point deduction they got this season for the financial problems. Could Derby still survive? Yeah. But they have to have a remarkable second half of the season. We're exactly halfway through the championship season. It's going to be very tough for them to survive. If they do, that'll be a great escape, man. You have to give it to Wayne Rooney. Is he still in charge, though? Is he still? You gotta keep him in charge. Can't afford to sack him if you don't have any money. You know what I'm saying? How are you gonna sack him and you ain't got no money, right? So that's what's going on with Derby County right about now, man. That's what's going on with them. Where's the boy Ravel Morrison? Was he on the bench? He's injured, maybe. Or maybe he's terminated. Oh man, oh my God. Listen, Derby, you got to see what you could do. Phil Jagielka is playing for Derby these days. Jauziak, he's not bad. I don't know much of the other players like that, though. So, that's the championship for you. Guys, if there's any league that you want us to talk about, big up to the boy, Doug. How are you doing, Doug? How you feeling? Kevlon Drayton in the house. Mona Mele Mokesi in the house. I knew Chelsea wouldn't wasn't gonna keep up with the Liverpool and City. Bunch of frauds, man. Look, let's not write them off too much, you know. They're still only 4 points behind. That could change with a loss. City lose, they'll be 1 point behind if they win. And Liverpool lose, they'll be right there. You see? So let's not go crazy here. Does Man City still need a striker? And do you think you'll be buying this winter window? I honestly don't think we need a striker. I don't think we do. If we're going to bring in a striker, we got to bring in somebody who's absolutely going to hit the ball out the park. You feel me? And when I mean that, I don't mean put the ball in row Z. That's just a cricket term. Hit it out the park. Erling Haaland? But I don't know if City's going to bring him in. You know what I'm saying? The wages are a little bit high. The fee, it's affordable, but I don't know about the wages though. So I don't think we need a striker. As MVP Kev is saying, we don't, and I think we've been throwing teams off by not having a striker. So big up to Oliver Boyson. I don't know what currency this is. Oh, Denmark. Okay, 50 Danish dollars. Big up down from Denmark. Are you going to talk about the Nations League draw? Well, I actually did on Michael Talks Football channel. And because I didn't do it on my channel, I've asked Michael for the permission to download the stream and use clips that I want to use of the draw and early predictions and things like that. So look out for that one. Definitely look out for that one. And you'll get to hear what I have to say about Denmark there. I had good things to say about Denmark. And definitely there'll be a lot of content on the World Cup coming up, of course, where I'm actually trying to secure time off from work for the World Cup. And I have gotten the time, definitely gotten the time, but I wanted the time for the group stage, but I think I got the time for the knockouts. So I'll have to decide what I want to do in terms of that, though. I prefer to actually have the time off for the group stages, though. So, no Cora. I did talk about Konate already. He was really good in the game. So I did touch on Konate. You're going to have to go back and watch the replay. So, I don't think City's going to sign, though. I don't think so. I don't think Pep's going to sign anybody. Maybe we could sign if Ferran Torres leave. We could actually say, hey, take the money and bring in a prospective winger. Or maybe bring in a left back. You see what I mean? But apart from that, we don't really need to sign anybody. We really don't. A defensive midfielder could do as well. Someone who's willing to play a backup role. Because Fernandinho could leave next season. So yeah, we don't need anybody though. We're good. We're good, man. You only need signings when you're in a crisis, though. You're in a crisis. But it's good to always add to the list. I think City should sign, but bro, are you crazy? Never, ever, ever would I want to see Andrea Bellotti in my side. Never. And I'm going to keep that one rolling. Never, ever. You don't want good things for us, I see, right? You really don't. So, guys, let's just take a look and see what the Bundesliga looks like in the first half of the Bundesliga season. And, yeah, let's see what it looks like. So, first half of the season is almost over. And there's a few games left to be played. Let's take a look at the standings and see what's up there. One more match left before the season takes a break. And Bayern Munich leads 40 points. Of course they are in the lead. Of course. Dortmund is second with 34 points. Leverkusen third with 28. That's a big gap. Hoffenheim are fourth in the Champions League spot with 27. Just outside of then the very impressive Freiburg. Mainz doing well this season. Eintracht Frankfurt, Union Berlin, RB Leipzig sacking their manager already. There's been a few sackings in the Bundesliga already. And the Premier League has seen a lot of sackings. Championship, a lot of sackings already. And I think I should... I want to do some different things, I want to do some different things where maybe I could talk about every manager sacked this season or something. That'd be good. That'd be a nice little live stream. I'll think about that. I want to do some different things for the 2022 season coming up, man. Because the thing's going to keep going. And the thing's going to keep growing. You know? So I want to keep mixing it up. Talk about, these leagues. Let's talk about these leagues. Leipzig sacking Jesse Marsch, poor form, hiring Dominic Tedesco, 36-year-old manager there, youngster. FC Cologne not doing too badly. Boy, Anthony Modeste. Wolfsburg outside the top 10. They were in the Champions League. Bochum recently promoted, not doing too badly themselves. Mönchengladbach, they're in a horrible state right now, losing 4 in a row. Hertha Berlin spent some good money over the last few seasons and still not seeing the success. Stuttgart outside the relegation zone. And in the relegation playoff, Augsburg. Arminia struggling. And Fürth recently won the first game, I think, ever in a top flight. First ever top flight game. So, yeah, man. So that's what the Bundesliga looks like. But wait, before we do move on, though, let's go back to the championship. Let me just take a look at something here. I just want to take a look at who's scoring the goals. Alexander Mitrovic, 22 goals. And if you want to say, you know what, man, let's sign him and bring him to the Premier League, then he's going to go flat again. Ben Brereton, 17. The Chilean has been doing well for the Chilean national team. Dominic Solanke, we know he didn't do well in the Premier League. You can't trust these players. That's the thing. You can't trust them in the Premier League. You basically taking a gamble. You would more take a gamble on a creative player if you ask me, though. And Harry Wilson doing well, Joe Rothwell, Ryan Giles, Sober Thomas, and John Swift. So with that being said, let's go back to the Bundesliga. Let's go back to the Bundesliga and see who's on top of the goal scoring charts. I'm expecting to see Lewandowski. Yep. 18 goals. Patrick Schick with 16. Erling Haaland with 13. And he have missed a few games. Anthony Modeste. Not modest at all. With 10 goals. Serge Gnabry with 9. Taiwo Awoniyi with 9. Doing very well after his deal from Liverpool was made permanent at Union Berlin. Thomas Muller, assist king with 12. Florian Wirtz, a player that we actually got to keep an eye on. Would he be moving to Bayern Munich in the future, or would he take the Kai Havertz role and go, to another country? Andre Kramaric, Filip Kostic, Moussa Diaby is a good player, very good player. And Vincenzo Grifo, one of the only Italians that have been playing in the Bundesliga for quite some time. He's probably German by now. So, what are you guys saying in the chat right now, guys? Look, what league do you want me to talk about next? Anthony Modeste is actually from Martinique, Guadeloupe. The last time I checked. He is definitely from the Caribbean. I think he was actually born there, though. I might be wrong, though. I might be wrong, but I'll let you know. Yep. He's actually Martinique. He's from Martinique. I don't think he wasn't born there, but his people is from Martinique. Modeste. Modeste is definitely, I think there's some Modeste in Grenada too, right? You guys might have some Modeste, right? Yep. See? I knew it, man. I knew it. Definitely knew it. Big up to the girl. A-Bob in the house. Big up to Eldon, the chicken man as well. I haven't shouted you out. How are you doing? And guys, we have hit 100 likes. 101 likes. And you know what I actually like? The fact that you don't know how many dislikes I got. Hate dislikes. So even if you dislike it, nobody cares. Nobody knows. And we just keep it moving. Oh, the haters. The haters taking an L. But anyways, man, yeah. What league do you want us to talk about, guys? I'm going to give you guys a chance. What league next? We got the La Liga, Ligue 1, Portuguese League. We got the Serie. We got the Champions League. That's a league. What do you want us to talk about, man? We have in Trinidad, so they came from Grenada. Yep. What league, guys? Serie, says Dr. Danger. Since Dr. Danger is the first person to say something, let's go over to the Serie. Serie. All right. Let's go. Serie. What does the table looks like right now? I'm not going through the matches. It's going to take too long. Let's take a look at the table. Inter on top the league. 40 points. They do face Liverpool in the Champions League round of 16 and shouldn't be taken lightly. I do think Liverpool would handle business there, but you can't take them lightly, man. Nah, you can't. You can't at all. So, AC Milan a second. I like this. I like the fact that the Milan clubs are top of the league. 39 points and 40 points. With Atalanta in close pursuit, winning 5 in a row. Oh my God. That team is a dream to watch. Didn't do well against Villarreal, but they fought back. They're in the race as well. So we got to tie the race there. Napoli, who started so well. They were unbeaten for so long. And seemingly they have dropped, not out the title race, but they have dropped to 4th. Fiorentina with the boy Dusan Vlahovic, scoring them for fun, is refusing to sign a new contract after they have given him Fiorentina's biggest contract ever in their history. And even bigger than a Gabriel Batistuta contract, right? And he's like, nah, I'm good. So, which means that there's potential suitors for the boy Dusan Vlahovic. And he doesn't want to go to Arsenal, I heard, because he just doesn't want to go to Arsenal. Could he be heading to Manchester City? Or Man United? Could he be heading to the Bundesliga? Real Madrid, who knows? Barcelona. Juventus. Juventus needs a striker. Morata in it. Talk about Juventus. Roma 6th, 28 points, and Juventus are 12 points off the top in 7th. Not even in the Champions League, nor Europa League spot. Imagine Juventus playing Conference League next season. Ah, man, that would be horrible. They'll probably win it, but that won't be good. And the scandal that's going on right now being investigated, I haven't really got deep into that. But the transfers being investigated at Juventus is a lot of trouble. A lot of clubs too. A lot of clubs being enthralled in that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Look. Involved in that. Not enthralled. What am I talking about? Definitely not enthralled. Oh, man. Look. Empoli. They're doing very well. Empoli in the top 10. Lazio, 9th. Bologna, 10th. Hellas Verona in 11th. They're a team that's been really disrupting things this season and last. Sassuolo, Torino, 13th. Sampdoria, 14th. Udinese, 15th. Venezia and Spezia outside the relegation zone, with newly promoted Salernitana in last, 2 wins, Cagliari with 1 win, and Genoa with a solitary win, 10 points. Similar situation like the Premier League there, where those teams in the relegation zone has a similar record. Spezia and Venezia are keeping those teams alive. Udinese to a lesser extent. So that's what the Serie looks like. Who's scoring the goals? The boy Dusan Vlahovic with 15. Ciro Immobile with 13. Giovanni Simeone with 12. Lautaro Martinez with 10. Duvan Zapata with 9. And João Pedro of Cagliari with 9. Look, I like Duvan Zapata, but I don't think City would sign a player like Zapata. I think he's about 29 years old right now. So I don't think Man City would sign a player like him. But if you're looking for a very good striker, Zapata is good, man. Zapata is strong. He's commanding. And he's clinical. Good in the air. good in front of goal. So Duvan Zapata is 30 years old. And that's not the way to go. You see what I mean? Maybe Man United would go that way, but not City. 30 years old, a bit too much. You're only going to get 3 more good seasons out of him if you're lucky. 2 at most. So the player that I actually want City to sign, if I'm being completely 100% real, is Lautaro Martinez. He has been linked with City in the past, and I would actually love if we sign Lautaro. That would be a hell of a signing if you ask me. Assists, Nico Barella with 7, Domenico Berardi with 6, Antonio Candreva with 5, Hakan Çalhanoğlu with 5. Who remember those Çalhanoğlu free kicks when he was at Hamburg, man? God damn. Damn, those were good. Hamburg. Makes me think about a hamburger right now. I haven't had a hamburger in ages. Insigne, Pasalic, Sergei Milinkovic, Savic, and Theo Hernandez. A player who I would also love for City to sign as a left back. You know, so, yeah. I'm scouting. I'm definitely scouting. So that's what the Serie looks like. Guys, what league do you want us to see next? Udinese striker is a baller. Beto from Portimonense, Portuguese side. Big up to Shika Bala 77, big sporting fan in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Shika Bala, would like to see more of you definitely. Chase Athletics, how are you, man? Thank you for continuing to be a member of the channel. And if there's anybody in here who is not a member and you would like to be a member, please consider hitting the join button. I will definitely appreciate that. Big up to Devontae Caprice, who wants to see the league on. Big up to the girl A-Bob. I guess I'm chopped liver. Chopped liver. All right, so what else we got here in terms of comments? Escalator and elevator. How are you doing? How are you doing? We'll take a look at the Liga Nosh, but let's go over to Serie. Not Serie. Let's take a look at Ligue. We will take a look at the Portuguese league, who was recently hit with COVID problems recently with a team. The game being abandoned. What? The game stopping because the team couldn't carry on. They only had 6 players left. That's what Ligue 1 looks like, guys. Ligue 1. PSG running away with it. Should we even continue? Yeah, just for the sake of the other clubs, right? Marseille is second, but PSG pretty much won the league already. 45 points is a wrap. Marseille second in the Champions League spot. Rennes, they're third. Not bad by Rennes. They were in the Champions League a few seasons ago. Nice, not bad. Nice, I should say. Nice. Montpellier, they won the French league in the last decade, so not bad. The resurgence of Montpellier. FC Lens, they have been doing well since they recently got promoted. They have been doing well, and they're looking to strengthen. Strasbourg are doing well again. Big up to the boy Strasbourg, Steve. I did talk to him, big Newcastle fan, and he would be happy about this, man. He would be happy about this. God damn. 7th. Remember a couple seasons ago, Kenny Lala was doing a goddamn business over at Strasbourg, and they have sold on a few of their very good players recently too. I think Mohamed Simakan comes to mind. I think I'm getting that one right. Monaco, what a team they were a few years ago when they had the likes of Bernardo Silva, Timoe Bakayoko, Benjamin Mendy. Who else they had? Thomas Lemar, Kylian Mbappe, Valère Germain. Who else they had? Fabinho. Who else they had? A guy by the name of Torre, Radamel Falcao. I remember the whole freaking Monaco team because they whooped us in the Champions League. Daniel Subasic. Who else, man? Leonardo Jardim was the manager. Who else they had playing for them? Damn good team, man. A guy by the name of Jemison. Who else? Looking to remember this team. Djibril Sidibe. I haven't seen him these days. Where the hell is Djibril Sidibe these days? Could somebody tell me where's Sidibe these days? Damn, he was good. He did play for Everton one season, but damn, Djibril Sidibe had a good season, man. Who else am I forgetting? Oh, he's still at Monaco. God damn. Whoa. Whoa. Let me just take a look at the Monaco team and see who's left there. Djibril Sidibe is still at Monaco. All these guys weren't there. Alexander Nubel, he's probably on loan from Bayern Munich. Disasi linked to Arsenal. Chouameni, he's gone next summer. Gelson Martins blew up on the scene and then ended up at Monaco. Ben Yedda, he wasn't there. Sofiane Diop, thinking that's his name. Alexander Golovin, none of these guys were there. Fofana, none of these guys were there. The whole team, Myron Boadu, big up to the boy Boadu. Jean Lucas, none of these guys were there. The whole team change up, man. They don't go on and sell everybody. They don't sell everybody. But anyways, let's get back to the analysis of the league table. Angers a 9th, Nantes a 10th. Lille struggling in 11th, but look at the gap between 11th and 4th. 5 points. Lille could be in the top 4 in a heartbeat. Breasts. Hey, man, don't tell my wife she got Lille breasts, okay? Please don't. Don't do that. Don't. Watch how you talk to my wife, man. Watch how you do that, man. It's not recommended. Not at all. You guys need to watch your mouth. Okay? Be very, very careful with what you say. You could tell my wife she got nice breasts. But anyways, man, let's just keep it moving, though. Just having a little bit of fun. Brest 12th. Lyon. How are Lyon 13th? But it's only 7 points off the top 4, which is not bad. You think about it. Reims, Stade Reims. 14th, Bordeaux. 15th, Clermont Foot, who were impressive at the beginning, but falling by the wayside a bit. And they got a striker by the name of Bayo, who's one to watch. Troyes, just outside the relegation zone. That's a team that's under the umbrella of the City Group. So if I was to support a team in France, it would be Troyes. So big up to Troyes. You know what I mean? Metz, their yo-yo team in the relegation playoff zone there. And Lorient, 15th, and Saint-Etienne. Did they sack Claude Puel yet, though? I'm just asking. Was he sacked? 5-0? God damn. Was he sacked? That's not their last game, though. Let me find their last game. Reims, 2-0 loss. They've just been losing. Big up. Listen, they just been losing, man. Let me see what they got there. Claude Puel still in? Nah, he got sacked. He got sacked. He got sacked. Let me see when he got sacked, though. You know what I mean? Let me see. Look, they lost to PSG. Let me see something. Yep, he got sacked. Definitely. So, Mr. DJ, bring back the tunes. What are you doing? Bring back that smooth jazz tune you were playing earlier. You know what I mean? Bring it in. And let me know if you're enjoying the music in the background right about now. Big up to everybody watching the stream. We're done talking about the Premier League. And we are taking a trip across Europe on a plane that I'm not quite ready to land just as yet. And we're going to go back to the table. But the goal scoring table, where the boy Jonathan David, look, he has a bright future, though. He has a very bright future. And he's been banging him for fun at Lille. Gaëtan Laborde, 9 goals for Rennes. Kylian, kill everything in sight. Mbappe, 9 goals. Ludovic Ajoke with 9. Mohamed Bayo is a player to keep an eye on. Maybe we'll see one of them struggling Premier League teams sign him up. Clermont Foot. Wissam Ben Yedda, the tormentor in FIFA Ultimate Team, has 9. Assist charts, Kylian Mbappe with 8. Dimitri Payet, one of the most hated players in France. Amongst the fans, with 7. Jonathan Klaus, who recently got called up to the French national team, with 7. Moses Simon, the Nigerian, with 6. Kevin Vallon, the former Bayer Leverkusen, former German international, not involved these days, with 5 at Monaco. Ludovic Ajoke, very, very productive. And Romain Fiver with 5, along with Teji Savanier and Yassine Adli, the youngster at Bordeaux. Definitely Northern African descent. So that does it for League 1, which means that we are going to move on to the next league. But before we do, let's just see what you guys are saying in the chat. Big up to everybody in the house right about now. And big up to the boy Qatar. Qatar, I thought you were a member already. Is this like a new YouTube or something? Did you make a new YouTube channel since you had problems with the last one? Big up to the boy Qatar, man. My boy Qatar, who does not want the African Cup of Nations to go ahead. Constantly hit me up on my WhatsApp, man. Qatar is just one of the few people who are privy to my WhatsApp. You know, and he's not annoying. So, if you are to be privy to my WhatsApp in the future, you better don't be annoying, okay? So, thanks again there to the boy Qatar. And he's actually a man, a grown man. Qatar, you could probably be my dad too. Your father figure, Qatar. Who actually, I gotta put it out there. Qatar, bro, you talk to me more than my dad talks to me. It's just crazy. Shout outs to my dad as well. We ain't got no beef, but he should talk to me more often. I guess it's a two-way thing, right? I guess. Anyways, we're going to keep it moving. And we're going to move on to the Portuguese League right about now. Let's talk about the Portuguese League. The 3-team league. Porto, Benfica, Sporting. 3 teams. Look at the top. Look at the top of the table there. Porto, Sporting, unbeaten. They could go unbeaten for the entire season, invincible. And Benfica. A couple of days ago, I was actually doing, a little deep dive on that Benfica team that made it to back-to-back Europa League finals, right? And lost both of them because obviously they're banned and cursed. They're cursed from winning anything. The curse of Bela Gutman, right? They almost broke it. But I went down a rabbit hole because Nico Gaitan, who recently was part of the Penarol team, even though he wasn't involved much, that won the Uruguayan top tier title, it took me down a rabbit hole, and Gaitan was a bright youngster, 19 caps for Argentina, but when he moved to Atletico Madrid, he wasn't that good, right? And if you look at that freaking Benfica team, so much talent. Bernardo Silva, João Cancelo. They had a Brazilian by the name of Lima. You had Luisao. You had Jardel. Oh, man. Look, you had, there was Nemanja Matic was at the club at that time. There was actually Victor Lindelof. There was so many talented players that since moved on. And a player that I realized was in that team as well was a Mormon. The manager, I can't remember his first name right now, but the manager of Sporting was part of that Benfica team. That brilliant Benfica team. So that's what's going on in Portugal right now. Porto on top, Sporting second, Benfica third. Braga, 9 points behind them. Estoril Praia, 24 points. Portimonense, right outside the European spot there. Vitória Guimarães, one of the better teams in the league. Gil Vicente, Maritimo, and Vizela runs off the top 10. I don't know some of these teams. I never heard about Vizela to be 100%. But the other teams I have heard of before: Aruca, Tondela, Bora Vista, Pacos Ferreira, who defeated Spurs early on this season in the Europa Conference League playoffs. Family Sao, they did well a couple seasons ago. They got money injected into that club. but I don't know what happened to them this season. Santa Clara, Moreirense, and Be Sad. Can't remember. Let me see. I know this club. This club is a club that had the problem the last time with the coronavirus. I forget. Belenenses, yes. Belenenses. They had the situation where their game against Benfica, let's take a look at that, where they lost 7-0 after the team was reduced to 6 men because of injury. And from November 7th, they were able to play against Estoril last Sunday and lost a goal to 0. So it's good that they have players available again. And we did run into an article that they do have a female manager. But whenever you click their games, you never see the female manager actually in charge. So that was a bit puzzling. It may have been the translation, though. May have been the translation. You know, Kenjijo, he's a guy. But when you check Belenenses and you go into their Wikipedia and you see what's going on, Belenenses, you see he's the head coach. But there was an article about a lady. So I don't know what happened. Maybe she got sacked. I don't know. Anybody from Portugal in here could shed some light on that? Please do. Please do, man, because I really don't know what's going on with this team right about now. You see? I really don't know. Really don't know. Don't know. I'm lost. I'm lost for words. So, let's go. Anybody with any response? Yeah, Shikabala. You know anything about that lady? That lady that was in charge, man? I don't know about that. Yeah, we run across an article, but I guess she's just part of management. I guess she is. So, look, that does it for the Portuguese league, but let's take a look at the stats. Which players could we actually steal from the Portuguese league this summer or this winter? Luis Diaz is a shout. Definitely any team would appreciate him. Darwin Núñez, I think, would eventually get a big move, but I'm still not 100% sold on him. I don't know about Fran Navarro. Ricardo Horta has been around. Mehdi Taremi is pretty inconsistent in front of goal. Simon Banza, never heard of him, but his team is way down in the table. Rafa Silva, a great servant of Benfica. I'm surprised he never moved from Benfica. Mehdi Taremi with 5 assists. Otavio, who has been linked with big moves in the past. Brazilian, who now plays for Portugal. Fabio Vieira has a bright future. Just want to put that out there. Ibrahima Kamara, 4 assists. Never heard of him. But the player that I really would like to see maybe in City at Man City in the future, Pedro Gonçalves. I would have liked Nuno Mendes, but he actually went to PSG, as we know. So that's what the Portuguese league looks like right about now. So let's take a look at the Eredivisie. Let's take a look at the Eredivisie really quick, see what's going on in the Dutch league. And PSV has now overtaken Ajax on top of the table. And Ajax is second, Feyenoord the third. Got a title race there. They separate themselves from Vitesse, FC Twente, Utrecht, Cambuur, who got smashed by Ajax but are still 7th this season. AZ Alkmaar, Heerenveen, Go Ahead Eagles, Groningen, NEC Breda. We have Willem II, RKC Waalwijk, Heracles, Fortuna Sittard, and in the relegation zone, Sparta Rotterdam and PEC Zwolle. Zwolle. So, in terms of the stats, Brian Linssen with 10 goals. Sebastian Haller, if you hear me. Hello. Gustil with 9 goals as well. Luis Openda, Cyril Ngonga, Jesper Carlsen, Luis Sinistera, bright youngster from Colombia, Mats Swentens with 7 goals, Ricky Van Wolfswinkel with 7, and Vangelis Pavlidis with 7 goals. Dusan Tadic leads the assist charts. Cody Gakpo with 8 as well. He has a bright future. Issa Kalon with 6. Joey Veerman with 6 assists. And Steven Brickhouse Berghaus with 6 assists. And that's what the Eredivisie looks like at the moment. So, guys, which leagues would you want us to actually look at right about now? Any league that you want us to look at? Let me know. Let me know. We're looking across Europe right about now. I'm not going to go any further, though. I'm good. 2 hours, 39 minutes. I spent the last 40 minutes looking at other leagues. And I think that was pretty, kind of me. How kind of you, Dom. How kind. How kind of you to actually look at the other leagues. Very kind. Very, very, very kind. So, guys, look, man. Look. Adimola, man. Adimola. I'm not ready to leave yet. Not ready at all. Not ready. So, the fact that I'm not ready, let's go back and talk about our beloved Premiership. Premier League, right? Let's go full circle. Let's go full circle. Okay? Let's go full circle. Let's come full circle. Salah equals Vardy to inspire Liverpool's comeback win. Jota, Salah, and Alexander-Arnold rocket gives the Reds a 6th straight victory. All right? So, Alexander-Arnold says, I've waited 5 years to strike one like that. That was a great goal. That was a great goal. So, just for updates on the games coming up tomorrow, guys. Today's the 16th of December. And if you understand what I'm going to say right now, oh, God, the month almost done. Jeez, can't believe it. Christmas is coming up very fast, and we have to dip into the wallets to buy gifts for loved ones and friends. And it's, you might not be getting a lot of gifts yourselves. And talk about gifts, let me just slip on the Santa hat really quick there. You know what I'm saying? Talk about gifts. I got 3 kids, and, you know what I mean? Gotta buy Christmas gifts and things like that. Yeah, I'm gonna just throw it on a credit card or something. My Amazon card. Make it very easy. Go on Amazon and just buy the damn gifts. Right? And then they got birthdays coming up again. Oh my God, these kids. Look. Statements on 4 further match postponements. Southampton versus Brentford, Watford versus Palace, West Ham versus Norwich, and Everton versus Leicester, all off due to COVID-19 outbreaks. And there's been another game added to that too, the game between Manchester United and Brighton and Hove Albion. It is with great regret that the Premier League board has postponed a further 4 matches due to be played this weekend. The affected fixtures are Southampton versus Brentford, Watford versus Crystal Palace, West Ham versus Norwich City, Everton versus Leicester. Earlier today, we announced that Man United's fixture against Brighton and Hove Albion on Saturday has also been called off. The league understands fans will be disappointed these matches have had to be postponed, and apologies for the inconvenience and disruption caused. All other fixtures due to be played this weekend are currently scheduled to proceed as planned. The board has agreed to postpone the matches after assessing individual club requests this evening. Brentford having an ongoing COVID outbreak. This has resulted in their training ground being closed, which means they're unable to prepare for Saturday's match. Watford also continue to have an outbreak, resulting in their training ground being closed and have an insufficient number of players available to fulfill their match. Norwich have an insufficient number of players available to fulfill their match due to COVID-19 injuries and other illnesses. Leicester have a COVID-19 outbreak within the squad, which has left the club with an insufficient number of players available to fulfill the match. The club's first team training ground was closed this morning to help to contain the outbreak. Case-by-case assessment. The board assesses applications to postpone matches on a case-by-case basis based on existing rules on COVID-19 postponement guidance issued to all clubs. It will assess a number of factors, including the ability of a club to field a team, the status, severity, and potential impact of the COVID-19 outbreak at the club, and the ability of the players to safely prepare for and play the match. The board must also consider the wider risk to the opposition and other people the club representatives may come in contact with. With the health and well-being of all the players and staff, the priority. With the health and well-being of all players and staff, the priority, and in light of the recent rise in COVID-19 cases across the country, the Premier League has reintroduced emergency measures. These include protocols such as more frequent testing, wearing face mask coverings while indoors, and observing social distancing and limiting treatment time. Okay? So there's also been new measures put in place for fans going to the stadium as well, where I think they now have to present a negative test along with a vaccination card. So, yeah. But we're not going to get too deeper into that one, though. But that is what's going on there in terms of the Premier League. If you play Fantasy League and all of that, you could look in and get into all of these other stuff, but I don't do that, though. So, yeah, man. Yeah. What are you guys saying in the chat right now? Big up to Luke Wilson and Shikabala. By the way, there's news in England that City so poor to us already. I'm actually in New York City, by the way, if you don't know. But I recently heard that Porto wasn't able to complete that signing because of some Sporting, because of some ongoing financial issues. So Pedro Porro is still a Man City player. If you check transfer marked right now, he's still listed as a Man City player on loan. And let's see what happened there. Maybe Barcelona might actually want to sign him. You see what I'm saying? So look, he's currently a Sporting player and for transfer marked, but he's on loan. There's an upcoming transfer of him returning to the club June the 30th of 2022. His market value right now is listed as 20 million on return. And 20 million right now, but on return, well, when he first made the move, it was 9 mil. So Sporting has definitely helped the player to develop, and he has made one appearance for the Spain national team. Quality player. I think he's now out injured. If I'm Pep, honestly, I'm bringing him back. Honestly, I'm bringing him back to the club. I'm going to keep him in the squad. I'm going to play João Cancelo at left back. I'm going to play Pedro Porro and Kyle Walker at right back. And there's another young right back as well for City who's out on loan by the name of Yan Kuoto. So, man, a lot of wealth in that position if you ask me. Lot of wealth. So, how Wolves help superfan Cat stay young at heart? Oh, man, little good stories there that's going on there in the Premier League, man. Yeah, but what I really want to look at, guys, before we end today's live stream is the fixtures that's coming up this week. Tomorrow, I'll be live again, and I'll be talking about Aston Villa versus Burnley, Leeds versus Arsenal, 2 Saturday matches there. And the Sunday games, we got Wolves, Chelsea, Newcastle versus Manchester City, and Spurs versus Liverpool. And I'll try to actually go live a lot earlier on Sunday. And it'll be quick. I might actually take a long time too. Who knows? I have fun with it. But there's only 5 games to talk about. And I'm absolutely relieved, guys. On the other end of things, I'm relieved because, guys, I do prepare a lot for these live streams, and believe it or not, I wasn't able to prepare for this live stream because my boy Liam went to sleep pretty early. He woke up very early this morning, and he's now still sleeping after 3 hours. You see what I mean? So I decided to go live, and it was a great decision. And I had to wing the live stream. I had to wing it, man. Sometimes you just got to wing things. You got to wing things, man. See what I'm saying? He's balling at Braga. Yep. So, yeah, man. Yeah. So, guys, if you have anything else to add, please do so. I'm about to head up out of here. Very good reception from the live stream today, I gotta say. So big up to everybody who came through. Big up to all the Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, City fans, Villa fans. Big up to the boy 80 Booth. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Shikabala, Portuguese fan there, coming through supporting the thing. Elias Abdi. Karume, how are you doing? Lukaku might have picked up the COVID. Big up to Karumi in the house. How are you doing, Karumi? Giovanni Lu. Oh, man, haven't seen you in ages, bro. Haven't seen you in ages. How come you look like Ryan LFC on your profile picture there, bro? Obi OKK in the house. How are you doing, Obi? Julian, man. How are you, man? Fox, how are you? Big up to all of y'all who came through. We're going to just keep building the thing. Guys, we're building it. We're building it. Remember, what's good is not always popular, and what's popular ain't always good. So we're just going to keep doing the business. That's what we're going to keep doing. And we're going to be coming harder and harder in 2022. Remember that. Guys, before I go, if you celebrate Christmas, what do you want for Christmas? What's at the top of your Christmas list? That's my question for you right now. What's at the top of your Christmas list? Or what's the top of your wish list right now? What is there something that you just absolutely wish you had right now that you don't have right now? Talk to me. Talk to me, guys. Let's have a little fun. What's on the top of my Christmas list or my wish list right now is a PS5. I could definitely go on StockX and buy one for $700, but I don't want to. I want to get it for, I think I might actually buy the $399 version. The discless version, and if the disc version is available, I might as well get that one. Whatever is available, I'll get, because I actually want to do more on my gaming channel, but I want to start with PS5. I don't want to go and have to buy FIFA 22 on PS4 and then get the PS5 and have to buy it again. So Elias is saying the PS5. Yep, PS5, man. PS5. See what I'm saying? If I was actually a rich man, I would have actually bought 10 of them and give them away to you guys. But I'm not rich like that. See what I'm saying? And they're not available either. So Shikabala wants a Chicago Bulls jersey, my favorite NBA team, or a Sporting jersey. Bro, you could get that. You could get that. That's not hard. Obi says, just came back from work tired. My wish is to get my wife pregnant. I love babies. 2 is not enough for me. I want 2 more kids for the family. Africans love children. Yo, you're funny, man. Listen, I have 3 kids. And look, I won't mind more, but kids are expensive, man. I'm telling you. Kids are expensive. And if you're a kid like Liam, you're very difficult to contain. Liam is very, 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 let me say, very strong individual. He has a strong character. He likes to do his own thing. Maybe just like me when I was little. So what else we got here? What's on top of your Christmas list or your wish list? Talk to me. Talk to me, guys. Another one is to go see my mom, who I haven't seen in 1 year. Why haven't you seen your mom, man? Why haven't you seen your mom? See what I'm saying? Why? Why not? Karumi says, I need to get back my Gucci chain. What happened to your Gucci chain? What happened to that? What happened to your Gucci chain? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. But if not, forever hold your peace. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna go play a little FIFA right now, man. By myself. I want to see Man City lose 5-0. Oh, man. Come on. You could do better than that. But, guys, we did great. We did great. How many likes did we get for today's video? We got 111 likes. 111 likes. She lives in a different country and because of the COVID restrictions. Okay, cool. Bro, I have been in the motherland. Where's the motherland, bro? Oh, you was robbed? Ah, damn. Where's the motherland, Giovanni? Nigeria? Sierra Leone? Are you from Sierra Leone? Is that where you're from? Are you from Sierra Leone? What else we got here? Kevlan. I believe the race is between Liverpool and City. Definitely. That's what it looks like right now. That is what it looks like. So, the motherland is Africa, but where in Africa, bro? We want to know. As I don't know. So I want to know. I'm nosy like that. You gotta let me know. I'm waiting for your reply. Let me know. Talk to me. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here, man. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Big up to all the new subscribers. And if you're watching the replay right now, thank you very much for doing so. So, from your boy Dom, thanks again. And we'll talk tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do it early or late. I just might do it late. But we'll see. Alright? So, from your boy Dominic Rich, thanks for watching another one. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Almost 3 hours, man. Lovely. Yes.